Hello,
Yeah, we're
everyone.
just.
Welcome. We are live, and thank you all for joining in. And we are going to turn the reins over to Trollish so he can abuse us for yet another week. Um, we got a
That is my goal and my aspiration every week. We were just actually talking right before we started about basically what the difference between an old school type RPG is and something maybe more modern. Um, and it's the and I do understand. So it's the lack of feeling heroic, and that you could die at any second, and that your character is not necessarily that powerful. Um, and it's an interesting discussion because it's definitely a style of RPG as opposed to something like, say, Fifth Edition or a lot of other RPGs
yeah,
where your character is more heroic. But I guarantee you, if you play something like Call of Cthulhu, you're going to feel even less.
yeah.
Probably but or paranoia would be another
Actually,
example.
oddly
Like you
enough, I
go.
was fine with Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
No, I
Well,
think for me, it's like
Mhm.
I like the zero level stuff in
Mhm.
DCC. That was really fun,
Yeah,
but I still feel like I'm zero level.
yeah, and you can still die. You can still die in one hit. And also, I've kind of decided that as far as a couple of house rules go, obviously I changed the XP system because DCC is just kind of a uh, it's more of a milestone based system as far as the way that they do experience in that. And I'm actually using old school essentials, like I said before. But we talked a minute ago about how in original D&D, like you would get experience not only from coin but also from magic items, and of course you do get a little bit from dealing with monsters, right? But it used to be like you find a +1 sword, that'd be 1,000 XP, or and I'm just pulling that number out of the air. In addition to what you would get from coin, and for some reason they've made the decision in OSE to not give experience for magic items, which I
well,
think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think that was a distinction between BX and AD&D, because in AD&D you did get XP for
yeah.
magic items, and I believe in
And
BX you did not.
what it comes down to really is when you're playing, if you're giving XP for magic items, you end up with
Hmm.
GMs that don't want to give you magic items because it levels you too fast.
Yeah, or you get the other situation where everybody is
Yeah,
loaded down with.
exactly.
Yeah, but
Um,
that's what the stuff I remember when I played first
no,
edition
it's
D&D.
true,
You
and
know?
again, it's just a, and I would also say like the difference between a melee class like a rogue or a fighter or a thief or a fighter, I guess, if I want to use correct terminology, is like night and day because casters in these systems have the potential to do, like you were saying off stream, some pretty amazing things, especially in DCC with the awesome tables that they get and everything. So I do definitely agree there. Um, it's just not as interesting. I mean, for me personally, I love playing melee characters, always have. Um, but they are kind of a one trick pony, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's I think by design. Um, anyway, it's an interesting discussion to have. And one house rule I want to throw in real quick is that there's the death at zero is not going to be a thing. I'm gonna implement the rule from AD&D that you get until -10 before you're dead. I'm not sure if that could that now at level zero that wouldn't apply if we were doing another funnel. But for any character first level or higher, I'm just going to go ahead and say that you'll bleed out just as you would, and say if we were playing old school AD&D. So that gives you at least a chance to save a dying character. You can
Oddly
still
enough,
potentially die in one hit.
I
Like if
don't
you
have a
take,
problem dying. It's not that.
yeah,
I just want to feel like a hero. You know?
um,
And right now I feel like
a dirty rat.
this whole class that I'm playing, this halfling class,
Uh-huh,
pales in
uh-huh.
comparison to a thief, but it's obviously fashioned after a thief.
It's
So
interesting
with a
because
thief
they
in the
do
party,
get.
No, no,
Mhm.
it's
I'm
fashioned after Bilbo Baggins.
right. So he
It
was only
is,
kind
yeah.
of a thief by by happenstance as
Yes.
opposed to a professional
Which
thief.
is what the character is.
Excuse me, expert treasure hunter.
But you see my point. I mean, if we
Yes.
come
I
up to
do.
a
No, I
door or
do.
we need to sneak by something, let's use the thief because he's better.
Let's get to the game.
Yeah.
And I don't do but so much damage. So it's like, what's
Well,
my place?
Let's get to the game.
Well, no,
I thought
no,
we were
this
just
is
discussing
cool.
DCC.
No, we're live.
Yeah, we're
We have
discussing.
people that are watching. Let's get to the game.
All
All
right.
right,
We
fair
can
enough.
discuss this after.
I will add one last thought, and my last thought is that if you would rather play a caster or a different role, then you can definitely do that. But anyway, moving on. So if you remember last time, you discovered somewhat oddly, probably a village of gnomes in the midst of this horrific underground hell that you've been journeying through, trying to find the surface. And you were met by a pair of guards who let you into their fortified. It looks like a fortified series of rooms, basically. The smells of baking bread and the comforts of home, like warm fires and comfortable if small-sized furniture. So basically, Kittik. So Kittik, at least you can feel that you can sit in the chairs comfortably. So maybe not heroic, but you're probably the only member of the party that can comfortably use any of this furniture.
Oh, that makes all the difference in the world.
So you can say, look, I could actually sleep on one of these beds, guys. If that doesn't make me a hero, I don't know what does. But in any case, so you've met these gnomes, and they've basically invited you to come in and have some rest and that sort of thing. And you found out too that they dealt with those three wayward ghouls, the ones that had been affected by your turn undead spell.
Nice.
Who had potentially, that large cavern outside probably connects, at some point to the other part of the cave complex.
And they also have no idea who the wizard thing that just poofed into
so there was there was an apparition of a wizard or a projection of some sort that appeared, basically warning the group ominously not to go any further. But
was his name
was kind of an odd warning too, because they're just trying to get out. I think that is the goal. So correct me if I'm wrong there, but yeah, so that's where we're at. We are now. Oops. Okay. So let me know how you wish to proceed, basically at this point.
Let's see. Let's see. So we were getting ready to sit down for dinner with the special guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were going to introduce you basically to their leader. There was a co-leader, basically Grim and Gribble. So it's a husband and wife who are basically, they refer to Grim as the king. So yeah, right now you're standing in a kitchen and the smell of baked bread is just kind of overpowering, and you've probably not smelled food like this in God knows how long. So it's definitely a stark contrast to what you were just facing.
Not since we made the horrible idea of going up to that horrible castle with all of our friends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and your various livestock. I think there was a cow that was left outside.
There were two cows.
But two cows.
Did we tie them to the tree or something outside?
I think so. So who knows what's become of the poor cows at this point?
They went back with the villagers we rescued.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Send them back with the villagers.
Okay, fair enough. So they potentially, at least rescued your beloved cattle.
We should have sent the goat.
In hindsight, it would have probably been better for the goat.
Yeah, it would be alive.
Would have been better for one of my characters too.
But somebody was too selfish.
Right. Yeah, so it was not ideal for the goat, but hey. All right, so you're in this. Whoops, excuse me. Sorry, 1 second here. Let me get my bearings. You're in basically a communal kitchen, and there are there are 4 gnomes in here aside from the 2 guards that were with you. And so yeah, what do you wish to do at this point?
Take us to your leaders.
Or
Okay.
bread.
Yeah.
Could I have some bread?
Oh yeah, they'll happily give you some bread. So basically, enough to feed you, enough to eat until you're content, basically.
I'll eat until I'm hurting, and I'm not used to having unlimited food. So
Yeah.
No, and you've never, like, in your experience, you've never tasted anything like this. This is probably completely new to you. So I mean, they probably did bake bread or
I'll
of a
ask
sort.
for extra to put in my pack and stuff.
Oh yeah, they'll happily give you extra bread.
And
You just
hopefully
call me a
torch.
Yeah,
pack
they
rat.
just seem.
I said pocket.
This
bread.
seems like. What's that? Pocket bread? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So this seems like a very just a welcome respite from all that's been happening and just all of the kind of the horror and the shell shock that your characters probably have been feeling up until this point. So for a moment, I mean, you feel like the stress is starting to slide away just a little bit as you take in, the sights and the smells and everything like that. And yeah, it's a good time so far.
Anybody need healing?
There's
No,
that
I just
question.
need a good night's rest to get my luck back.
Yeah.
So they'll. Are you saying any of this stuff out loud, by the way? Or?
Yeah, I'll mention to them. Yeah, if he's mentioning healing out loud, I'll say that I'm feeling fine, but feeling a little tired, and maybe ask them, if they would have accommodations that would, fit a normal sized person.
Are you a little down on your luck?
I'm a little down on my luck.
Yeah, they'll say, well, we can always slide 2 mattresses together or something, maybe. Yeah, we can accommodate you. It's no problem. You're welcome here. Very welcome.
Thank
Rest
you.
until you're ready to go out and and take on the challenges of this place again. I know it's dangerous out there. That's for sure.
Do they have a room that they would identify as the den?
Not as such. I mean, they did show you up here. There was a bedroom up in that area, a sleeping area, and
Well, they didn't really
presume-
show it to us. One of us went in there.
well, yeah, that exactly. So, but they say they're more than willing to to accommodate you.
I was going to see if they guard the den as gnomes.
I feel like I'm missing an inside joke here.
Garden gnomes.
Okay, yeah, they do look like garden gnomes.
You weren't missing much.
In many ways.
Yes, that was
Apparently
a horrible
not.
joke.
But it's okay. It's okay. If it has to be explained, it's either A, I'm too thick to understand it, or B, the other option, which is just in any case.
That was the dad.
All right.
Dad jokes.
Right. It's quite okay.
Do we
That's
want to go
all
see the
part.
leaders before we rest and recharge?
Yes.
Yeah, they say we
still don't even know how we got here from this weird portal. I guess we should probably ask them that too. Maybe that's something to
Okay.
say for the leaders.
Sure, up to you. So then they'll indicate basically this door over here, and open it to reveal a larger room. And oops.
Oh, there's doors everywhere.
Sure are. Oh, there's one up here too that I need to reveal.
A door
Okay, yeah, you can.
A door there. A door
Actually, just the 3.
Yeah. It's a lot of doors.
But that's more than none.
Yeah.
It is very much so. And so in this room there are another several gnomes in this room. And 1 second. The way that sorry, I'm talking out of character a little bit. The way that they do this map, it's a bit wonky. Okay, so this room, as you can see, there are wooden tables and stools, a large map, flickering candles surround the map, and you can see cupboards, which are closed for the most part, some bookshelves filled with many volumes. And there are two gnomes, rather imposing looking compared to the others, a man and a woman, and they're both seated over on this side. It looks like they were looking at the map, and they look up as you come in, and they have this air of command about them. And you notice that the woman has it looks like a tattoo on her forehead of a tree stump, and she also has a lot of jewelry, like more than you would expect, more than any that you've seen on any of these other gnomes. And it looks like almost like talismans and fetishes and that sort of thing.
Would we recognize the importance of a tree stump forehead stamp?
I mean, to you, it just seems like as a priest, to you, it just seems like there must be some religious significance, because the talismans and things that she's wearing call to mind like maybe some sort of a woodland-based kind of nature worship, or that sort of thing is what you would suspect.
So you're telling me she looks Druish?
She, yes, I got the Spaceballs reference. Okay, so thank you for that. Jesus, yes, she does very, very much so. Yes. Oh, you weren't? Well,
No.
you went there, and that's where my mind went immediately.
Maybe I've watched it 1,000 times too many times.
You can't watch that movie too many times. In any case, yeah, so they both look up, and the guards just kind of post themselves at the door. And you notice that there aren't, like any what you would consider the commoners in here. It's just the two guards that you met at the entrance, and then Grim and Gribble. And they'll both kind of nod, and Gribble will look at you, and she'll say, "Oh, outsiders, greetings." And for the first time, you notice that, this map surrounded by candles. The map appears to be the map of a woodland of some sort, like the map of a forest.
Ah, insiders. Thank you for having us.
And they say, "Oh, certainly. Please sit down, make yourselves comfortable."
So do you know that
I am.
fastest way
I
to
am.
get above ground?
Oh yes. Well, we're only a short distance beneath the surface, actually.
Really?
And she points up at the ceiling and says, maybe another 20 yards or so up, and we're actually in the middle of the great forest.
Is there like
And-
stairs nearby that we can just
Oh, yes, of course.
rope ladder, shovel? I'll
Yes,
dig up.
there is an exit, and we would be glad to show you. And Grim, he looks grim, as in his name. He's got kind of a sour expression on his face, and he just kind of grunts in agreement with everything she says. Now, she's seems a lot more accommodating, a lot friendlier. You notice though that they were kind of, it looks like they were studying the map actually when you came in, and that's what they were actually doing.
Any of us recognize the forest on the map?
So that's the thing. Where you're from, there was a small forest, near the village, but nothing of this size. So it looks to you like an absolutely massive forest, like it covers the entire map. You can see a few landmarks, on the map, and you can see up in the corner of the map the letters that spell out Dolmenwood, Dolmenwood, which you assume is the name of the forest, but they just referred to it as the Great Forest.
Anybody remember the name of our village?
Yeah, mine's just up the way a bit.
Do I even remember the name of your village? Let's see. We're gonna find out right now, because I will look it up.
Our Minotaur got lost, and I know the rat wouldn't know. Our Minotaur.
Okay, so it was the village. It was the village of Tamworth, Tamworth.
I'll ask them if they know. Do you know of the village Tamworth?
No, can't say that I do. Grim? He just grunts. Nah, never heard of it. Sounds like a shithole to me. And Gribbles, oh honey, you're just so, and she just kind of pinches him, and he just kind of grunts and looks back down at the map.
Do you know anything about magical portals on carpets?
She says, funny that you should say that. Yes, there's one, I believe, near the entrance to the... you mentioned a way out. There is actually a portal, a magical carpet in that area.
Oh.
I don't know who put it there or for what reason, but it seems harmless enough. You just have to avoid all the nasties that are, that roam these caverns. I fear that this is the only safe and secure place you'll find here.
All the more reason we want to go up.
At least, understandable. My people prefer it here below the earth. You see, there was let us just say a division in our clan, and those of us that fell on one side of the line, well, we chose to move underground, and the rest remain above.
Will we be welcomed by those above?
Well, I must say that the Dolmen Wood is a mysterious place, and every bit as dangerous as these caverns. But at least you're under the open sky, if that is your thing. Me, I prefer to have a nice sturdy roof over our heads, 4 walls around us. It's assuring. It's reassuring. It's easier to defend too. But I can understand you human types. I prefer the open sky. I'm not as inclined to burrow into the earth as my kin are. And human types, she says, I use the term somewhat loosely, and she looks at Skiddick.
What does the sky look like, anyways? Is it like gray and crumbly?
Oh, you've never seen it. No, it is sometimes gray, sometimes blue, and you have to see it to believe it. I can't easily describe it to you.
Oh, I'm sure someone who's lived subterranean his entire life is not going to have any problems checking out this sky thing.
Yeah, it's probably it's completely alien concept to you, most likely. And so anyway, they'll go ahead and one of the cooks from the other room will bring in a tray with some drinks, and it's a kind of an herbal mushroom tea. It seems like they're giving you. And so they offer you these small cups of tea.
Mushrooms that almost took us over in the last games.
No. I mean, there's it's a fungus. I mean, so it's got a, that kind of earthy smell that mushrooms have. So it is a mushroom tea, but no, it doesn't seem to smell very similar, at least to the mushrooms you were offered back in Ketat.
So we've got a mushroom broth.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sip with the pinky with the tiny little glasses.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So you sit down, and they're just kind of like, you notice that Grim doesn't really seem all that interested. He does kind of glance at you from time to time, and to be honest, the way that he's glancing at you, it's not the friendliest, and it's not. That might just be because he's living up to his namesake, but it almost looks like he's sizing you up at the same time, right?
He's a subterranean gnome and got a bunch of humans and
so
a
which
rat beast.
Yeah, so he's looking at you and looking at your weapons and looking at your armor, and you're probably battered and with blood stains and probably not all that clean either right now. So
walk around with symbols of chaos on us.
yeah. In the case of our priest,
a bunch of robes tied around us like ropes.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's right.
Actually, no, we tore those up to use as torches. Never mind.
Yes. It's because somebody didn't want to fall in the water again. In fact, I'm actually going to give Sydney the magical spiked flail that I've been carrying, because I think Sydney will do far more good with it than my cleric.
You might want to remind Sydney of the stats on that, because I don't have it up right now. I can pull it up, but if you've got it, then
that isn't that cursed one, is it?
No. That was a cursed bone.
No, the cursed bone, right? That you told. You told. The
cursed bone did get left behind.
Yeah, because you had given that to Horowitz, I think.
Yes, and once I figured out what it was, I was like, hey, should kind of put that with
ditch
something
that.
else. Yeah.
Another thing that you're able to notice about Grim is that underneath his, like, he's wearing normal, it looks like, clothing for these gnomes, but underneath his shirt you can see a gleaming, like the unmistakable gleam of, looks like well-polished chainmail. Like he's wearing it right underneath his shirt.
It's a warrior gnome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's got, he's a little bit scarred up, and like his hands are calloused.
They live in a dungeon, so
yeah. I mean, the two guards, to be fair, also, similarly. Gribble doesn't have any obvious, weapons or anything on her, but leaning up against the wall, like right behind where Grim is sitting, is a crossbow and a hammer. Let's see if I can actually, hold on, I'll put something here in Discord in a moment. And I don't know if, David, if you're going to be able to share this at all, but it's a picture, some artwork of Grim and Gribble.
You can throw it into a document and display it on
Yep. You know what? That's what I'm going to do right now, because I know you told me that last time, and
it's useful.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Let me.
And the nice thing is, everybody watching, your face will turn into your document.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that. Okay, so if I go to, I believe I go to Journal, and then hit Add. We'll call it a handout.
Oh, I thought you were going to share it on the broadcast software.
Oh, no, I put it, I didn't know I could do that either, but I put it in Discord for now. But I will...
She has a stump tattooed on her forehead.
She does, yeah. Which is, I think I mentioned that earlier, but I may have not. Okay.
She looks like she has twigs growing out of her body.
Yeah, she's got a lot of, like I said, little talismans and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if this works. If I hit show to players, it'll come up, right? Okay, did that work?
Yes.
Yes, and previously it was showing on the stream.
Perfect.
Oh, now it's showing on the stream.
Okay, cool.
Well, I guess
very cool. So yeah, that's
Discord over.
That's Grem and Gribble, and Grem really does live up to his name. He does not look like a happy camper.
And what's nice is in the future, things like this that you might want to share, you can just do them up ahead of time and just share them when it's time. So.
Are you suggesting that I actually prepare for things like that? No, you're right.
With your masterful game mastering, I just assumed you were.
Well, of course. I mean, this was all just a test, right? Yeah, let's not let anyone think differently. In any case, so they serve you this tea, and what did you wish to ask them, or what's your next move, I guess?
GTFO. Actually, I think everybody wanted a rest.
Yeah,
to regain luck and such.
Yeah. I'm still skittish, so they seem real nice, but I'm really not used to nice things down here. So even in my home village, people are kind of hunting each other. So
yeah,
so I don't get a lot of rest. I kind of sleep like with my chair leaned against the walls, so that if I fall asleep entirely, I'll fall. That way it just
Okay.
keeps me,
So they're actually gonna they will take you if you ask them, where can we rest or whatever. They will take you this way through this door to the north here. And I will reveal what you're able to see when you go in there. And I'm actually going to move everybody onto a different map here because we ran out of room. All right. So, bear with me for a second while I switch maps.
Frantic typing.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry.
That's quite all right.
People complain all the time. I have a noisy keyboard on purpose because I grew up
Oh,
in
yeah.
the 80s.
Oh.
And I need to hear the clackety clack.
Gotcha.
I love the feel of the old keyboards. I do not miss the noise.
It's interesting. So my wife, both of us are accountants, and she loves, even though it's completely obsolete and there's no reason to have one at all. She loves those old adding machines with the tape. Something about the sound.
Mm-hmm.
So she still uses one of those. Like I've actually long since gone to just using the the calculator on the screen, but she still loves that adding machine, and it's almost like therapy.
I can't type nearly as fast with like those chiclet keyboards and stuff.
Yeah,
I just don't feel right.
No, I gotcha, and I'm kind of weird in that way. Like I have to have a mouse for my laptop. Like I can use the touch.
I hate them with passion.
Same.
Like I can use it, but I don't like it. Right? I prefer not to. In any case, so is everybody able to move their tokens, or have I?
We're not on a new screen
Yet? You're right.
Hey, there we go.
All right, how about now? Let's do a quick token check here and see if you're able to move around.
Yep.
I can move my guys.
So yeah. So they will lead you into that hallway up there to the north, where a couple of you are right now.
To the north.
Just right in there, and they will indicate this area, even though you don't see any like obvious, like a place to sleep or that sort of thing. It looks more like a dining room than anything. So the walls, similar to everything else, an 8-foot ceiling with walls of stone. There are some wooden tables and stools, including some metal plates, cutlery, flickering candles on the tables, and a large cloth which hangs on the wall that you can probably see there over in this area. And but the most interesting, it does not. But the most interesting thing is in the corner, chained to the wall, basically chained to a table leg, is a huge rat. Like we're talking a German Shepherd-sized rat, Skiddick, and. No, it looks like it is a giant rat, but it looks, like I said, like German Shepherd size, but it's morbidly obese, and it's eating like it looks like just chunks of bread lazily, and it looks up at you as you come in, and just kind of squeaks.
Hey,
and its
are you trying to offend me here? What's with this?
Its ears prick up. And, it's when it sees Grim and Gribble, and it just starts to kind of squeak happily. And Gribble will walk over and pat it on the head. And it seems much like a well-loved dog, right?
It's a rat of unusual size.
Yeah, it's an ROUS. And she says, don't mind Fluffy over here. He's just a kind and gentle creature. And hope you don't mind. He'll be chained up over here. And but you're welcome to crash anywhere you want in here, and you won't be disturbed, I promise. And feel free to rest until we'll post up a couple of guards out here just for your safety, you understand. And we can bring in some blankets, and unfortunately we don't have any room in any of the actual sleeping areas, but
thank you.
But yeah, you're welcome to rest here as long as you need to.
Thank you for your hospitality. And
certainly.
The wonderful food.
Certainly. It's our specialty. A lot of mushrooms grow down here. I will say that. And some of our people make expeditions up to the surface and, get some ingredients that we need from time to time. And so, yeah, one of us, in fact, once you've rested, one of these guards can show you the way out.
Sydney will try and make friends with the rat.
Or you walk over to the rat. Okay. How are you gonna make friends? So it looks up at you kind of lazily as you walk over.
Put some bread out.
Sniffs at it. He'll take a bite of it, and it's obvious. It's like a dog that's eaten too much. It's like he just kind of noses it around and takes like a half-hearted bite, and just kind of squeaks at you. Kind of waddles around. Like I said, this thing is grossly fat. Like it's like somebody that's overfed their dog to the point where it's unhealthy. That's what it looks like.
Sweet.
Yeah. And so Grim and Gribble will actually, they'll leave the area, and they do post up, the two guards that you met initially. We'll actually hold on. I'll actually put tokens for them real quick, just so that you will know. Okay. Sometimes switching between layers on this thing is not the best. All right, here we go. All right, so there's these two gnomes, and I think they had introduced themselves to you before. And if I can recall their names here, which I did. I thought I had taken notes, but it's very possible that I did not. So. They're Ogbald and Migmir. Yes, and you notice one thing you notice about Ogbald is he, unlike his companion Migmir, so Ogbald is this one here, he has a pungent odor about him, which is not exactly pleasant. And you notice that Migmir tries, obviously they're stationed together, tries to kind of like not get too close to him. Yeah, just something you noticed.
Does that remind me of like tobacco or pot or some kind of like pipe weed?
No, it's more like a smell of somebody who just hasn't bathed in probably months or years, possibly. Like not only hasn't bathed, but hasn't like used any sort of hygiene at all.
So it's like his beard all tangled up in dreadlocks.
Yeah, he's pretty nasty. Like compared to his companion, he's pretty. But his beard is actually well groomed, but again, very oily and greasy looking. If that makes sense. Like it looks like he's made some effort to kind of groom it, but not wash it. So yeah, it smells kind of like some parts of the convention floor if you go to like the Comic-Con or PAX, certain areas that you might experience an odor of sorts, but amplify that times 10. So yeah, it's like gamer funk to the 10th degree. No offense, anyone. In any case.
Robin,
So yeah, you're kind of left to your own devices at this point.
Robin, I put the info for the spike flail in the video chat.
Oh, okay. In the video chat?
Yes.
Okay. I will find it there and transfer it over.
The Chaos Lord spike flail.
All right. So what do you wish to do? You kind of got the area to yourself. Then the two guards, like they don't look like they're particularly interested in what you're doing. They're just kind of like chatting with each other in a language you don't recognize as maybe Gnomish. Or
are they facing us or facing out?
They're facing outwards at the moment.
I do, like I said, I kind of lean back in the chair against the wall so that so I can nod off a little bit, but if I go deep sleep, then I'll fall over and wake myself up.
Yeah, and when you do that, like you notice that it looks like a considerable gap on the other side of that, what appears to be just this huge hanging curtain, right?
Okay.
and I think you can probably actually see that there's a door back there
Yeah.
because I revealed. So I would assume you probably look behind the cloth, and you see a door.
Yeah, I kind of keep one eye on it in case anything comes at us through it.
Okay.
So I do rest, but I don't like sleep deeply or anything.
All right. Yeah, you begin to nod off a little bit. And what about so Mordecai and everybody else? Sydney?
Yeah, I'm feeling comfortable with the bread, and feeling probably as safer than we have in days, weeks, however long it's been since we started our adventure. So yeah, I'm gonna probably just kind of curl up in the corner and try to nod off.
Okay. All right. Sydney, Horowitz, and Wally.
Napping.
Yep.
All right. Sydney, same thing, I'm assuming.
Well, I mean, we probably stand some sort of a watch as well. At least one person should be awake through the
All right.
night.
Well, tell me what that's going to look like then. Like, how is that going to be organized?
Sydney just wants to use her new flail.
Well, I'm not staying the whole night up, so somebody else is going to get woke up.
So, Sydney, are you taking basically the first watch then? Or?
Sure, she'll take the first watch.
All right. So yeah, so you're gonna what? Hour and a half, 2 hours.
First and last, because everyone else is like, nope, we're good.
At which point I get to test out my spiked flail.
Exactly. Wake up!
Don't make me heal
All right.
you.
So basically, Kittik, you're over there kind of doing the, how you kind of nod off and then you jerk awake because you don't really want to fall asleep. So I'm kind of envisioning that's what's happening with you right now.
That sounds exactly like what I planned.
Yeah, you start to kind of drift into that deep, and then your head does the like fall to the side thing. You kind of do one of those, and wake up probably drooling a little bit.
I don't drool. I look cool.
The rat, by the way, is over here near you. You just happen to go in the corner, right? The rat seems a little bit more curious about you than about anyone else. He's kind of smelling at you, and squeaking a little bit.
One of us.
I avoid him.
Okay, he'll continue to look at you, from time to time, but for the most part, he's just happy to lay there. And you notice that he's been really well, like his fur's been really well groomed, and like he's probably been washed regularly. So a pampered pet. All right, so Sydney, the gnomes will occasionally look back in your direction. And at one point, this door over here, like while you're on watch, at one point this door will open, and Gribble will look, through the door, and you're kind of in her line of sight, like if that's where you are. She'll look over in your direction and smile at you as she speaks to the two gnomes in Gnomish, you're assuming. It's a language you don't recognize. Does anyone speak Dwarf? I don't think so. Yeah. So it basically
as well for some reason.
Right. I see two of you speak Bugbear, and then Thieves can't, and that's about the extent of it.
Common and Thieves can't.
And I speak. My cleric speaks Chaos.
Yeah. So it doesn't sound like any language that you've probably heard before, and although there were a couple of dwarves in your village, I think one of them actually died in the funnel, if I recall.
Did we have a dwarf?
There weren't.
Had an elf.
There was at least one elf, and I think maybe not. I think there were a couple of elves.
Yeah, I think we had 2 elves, no dwarves.
Yeah, that's possible. But we'll say, you had the stereotypical dwarven blacksmith in your village. No gnomes. You may have not even ever seen a gnome before. But in any case, you can't understand what they're talking about, although they do keep, they'll look at you from time to time and kind of smile and nod, Sydney. Okay. And Kittik, in your lucid moments, you can tell that there's some kind of a conversation going on over there, but she'll actually go back inside, and after a while, after you've been on watch for about an hour, Sydney, you notice that 2 more gnomes come out into the passageway. What you assume to be the relief, but these 2 actually don't leave, so there's now 4 of them out there.
Do I notice this as well in my half lucidness?
Yeah, you can, because I assume you're kind of looking out into the passage, which would be natural, and seeing that, yeah, it looks like there's a couple of other gnomes. In fact, one woman and one man. So definitely that you haven't seen before.
I make eye contact with the other guy in watch, and I kind of nod in that direction, like, "What's with that?"
It looks like they're just having a casual conversation to you, but again, hard to say. I guess, Kiddick, do you know Thieves' Cant? I don't think you do you?
Nope.
No, you don't. Okay.
I'm not a thief. I'm a halfling.
Just because I would say you're pretty observant, their body language seems to indicate that they're maybe apprehensive about something. Just the way that they don't look relaxed, right? If that makes sense.
Now, can I tell at all if that energy is facing us or just something in general?
It's hard to say.
Like,
although
are they doing
do,
like furtive glances towards us, like?
Oh yeah, constantly. Yeah, constantly. But it's like it's hard to say whether it's just curiosity, because like they've never, like they appear to, like they probably don't see. You don't know, but they seem genuinely curious about your appearance, and again with the humans as well.
No, but I guess my point is
Yeah.
Are they looking at us like, I don't know, like they're planning something, or just
Possibly
trying to keep quiet?
Maybe a little of both. Yeah, maybe a little of both.
Yeah, I think since I'm closer to Horowitz there, I'm gonna nudge him awake.
Oh, to start his watch.
I'll get up and I'll wake up and be like, okay, I got this. Yeah. Wait till Sydney goes to sleep and then go back to sleep.
No, to kind of indicate that we might have some trouble brewing.
Well, hold on, they've just come in the room. So.
Oh no, just one of them did. One of them's come into the room and he walks over. And this is one of the newcomers, so you don't know his name. He walks over, kind of waves at all of you, and walks over to the rat. Not you, Kiddick. The rat, which is right here. I guess I should put a token.
The actual rat.
Yeah. Let me real quick.
The unhealthily fat rat versus the unhealthily starved rat.
Exactly.
Guys, you can see my spine through my belly, so
yeah.
I look like someone from one of those Sally Struthers commercials.
Would somebody please think of the rats?
They're just $5 copper a month.
Tuppence a bag.
Yeah.
I drop down to all four legs and go, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't speak actual rat.
No, I'm talking to the gnome, but I just used.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on one second.
You guys look a little apprehensive. What's going on?
He kind of looks at you. He looks kind of confused when you start talking to him, and he will say something in a language you don't like, presumably the language he was speaking with the others, and just kind of you have no idea what he's just said. He just kind of it sounds like.
Do you speak common?
Oh, and then at that point, Mimir will speak up. Oh, no, don't mind him. He doesn't speak a word of it.
What did he say?
Something to the effect of, "What were you just saying to me?"
Well, that's helpful.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's now 4 guards, so why don't you ask him what's going on?
Who are you saying this to? Sorry.
Whoever was able to translate the gnome.
Oh, he's coming. He's just going over to make sure Fluffy over there's got enough food.
Why do we have 4 guards instead of 2 now?
Oh, we're not guarding. We're just chatting.
Why do we have guards in the first place?
Like, it's a dangerous place. We want to make sure that you're able to rest without being disturbed.
Like this?
Like, well, I mean, you started the conversation, not me.
Do you happen to have a battle axe?
He looks around.
A gnomish-sized battle axe.
He says, actually, that's a good question. Let's see, what does he have?
The battle letter opener.
He says, I'm sorry, axes aren't really my thing. I'm more of a hammer guy. You notice he's got a warhammer at his belt, like a gnomish-sized warhammer.
How much is that worth? 40K?
He doesn't get it. I get it, but he doesn't. So,
I'm sorry.
yeah, you had to. I mean, let's face it, right? I mean, how could you not?
Yeah.
I would have been
writes
disappointed
itself.
if you didn't. All right, hold on one second. So yeah, he'll just come over and kind of pat Fluffy behind the ears and give him a little bit more food. Make sure he's got a full water bowl, all that kind of thing. Here's Fluffy right here. Do you guys see that?
Yes. It looks very fluffy.
He does, doesn't he?
Looks like he's trying to eat.
Get him. Get him.
Trying to eat Wally.
All right. No, he's not trying to eat Wally. He's just eating his slop and his gruel and his bread that they put down there for him. So yeah, this guy
Fluffy the Hut.
He'll start wandering back over here, speaking in what you presume is gnomish. Yeah, that's about it. That's about all that really happens right at that moment.
Tis it morning yet?
It's hard to say. Like, you're underground, so you've basically lost all track of any kind of circadian rhythm or any. It's impossible to say what time of day it is. But you've only rested for, like, it's only been about an hour and a half, because basically Sydney woke you up in the middle of probably a good sleep, the first one you've had in a while.
And back to bed.
Okay. All right. So after a while, Sydney, about another, say, 45 minutes or so. So you've now been at this for about 2 hours. You notice that none of the gnomes have left. Like, one of them leaves for a moment and then comes back. Like, leaves for probably about 5 minutes and then comes back. But other than that, they all kind of stay in that area and they're just kind of chatting with each other. One of them pulls out some dice and they start, kind of playing dice, that sort of thing. But you do notice that they're constantly watching you. Like, one of them's always got eyes on you.
Fun.
And then the woman one of the other gnomes, she'll walk into the room. So we're at about 2.5 hours in at this point. And she'll walk over here and she'll pull back the curtain, revealing the door behind it.
Dun, dun,
which
dun.
you already knew to be there. And she'll just kind of smile at all of you, and she'll open the door and disappear into the room beyond. And as she opens the door, let's see, I guess like you would be able to see, reveals, it looks like there's a tree stump, a large tree stump inside this room beyond. You're not able to see too much else in there. But she walks in and there's this rough, it looks like almost a black tree stump. And you can swear, like you can see the light from candles within. It looks like the room is lit by flickering candles. The floor, what you can see is like a loam or an earth. So it does look like it's a living tree stump. And you're unable to see the full dimensions of it, but you could swear as she enters the room, says something in Gnomish, and you hear like a deep bass, it sounds almost like a chuckling, like a laughter of some sort. like and it shakes the. Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like
Got
that.
a Jabba the Hutt.
Sort of like that. Yeah, yeah.
Great.
And
Fed to the Rancor.
and Sydney, so you're the only one at the moment that can see this. So Kiddick, this wakes you up.
Okay.
All right, like you nod off for a second again. This kind of jerks you awake. So you see now that the door's been opened over here. You can't really see into the room from where you are. But oops, hold on. All right. Yes, that's what I want. I want to be able to
I just casually walk here, tap on the shoulder, go, "What's that?"
Yeah. So as you walk over, basically, so Sydney, you hear this, like I said, this deep kind of a laughter, and a voice in your head, in common. It says, "Approach me, my child," and it's like this deep, and nobody else is able to hear this. And Sydney, I need you to make me a wisdom. I guess it would be a. Let's see, what kind of a saving throw would this be?
Will?
The equivalent, yeah, a will saving throw. That's what I was looking for.
All right. That's one of my. That's my negative one. Sweet.
Am I making a will save as well?
Yay! No.
Bloop.
No, you are not.
I step
there
in.
you go.
Yep. Well, let me resolve this, and then. So this is happening as you're kind of walking. Okay. Yeah. So you hear this voice in your head that says, "Approach," and then for a moment you feel like almost compelled to do so, but you kind of shake it off, and now it's basically you can approach if you want to. It's your call. But you do think that it came from the tree. All right. So meanwhile, Kiddick, you've just walk into the room.
This looks far less dangerous than the eye-eating thing, so I'm fine.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and reveal the room. And yeah, there's this large. So I'll give you a better description of it. So there's this pretty massive, actually, tree stump, which rises up almost to the ceiling, which is actually only in here. It's only 6 feet tall. So it rises up and almost brushes against the ceiling, and it does. It looks like a stump, like the top's been cut off.
Right.
You can see movement in the roots, and candles like scattered throughout the room, all lit. Some of them melted all the way down to the wax, almost in gold holders. There are some stains on the floor which look suspiciously like blood, and because of your acute senses, Kiddick, you take a whiff, and it's the unmistakable coppery tang of blood. Some of it fresh, some of it quite old.
I have no acute senses, just so.
Yeah, you do. The most you have a better sense of smell than anyone else in the group.
Okay.
So
I get up and cross the room and wake Wally up.
let me
we got problems.
Sure. Let me give you the rest of the scene here, though.
Sure.
So the face, facing you basically, which Sydney wasn't able to quite see. So there's a face, and it looks like it's either a part of the stump or it was carved in, and it's an almost childlike face, and it looks like it's weeping. Right, the roots are swaying and twitching, and over in this area, you notice that this root is actually caressing the body of a dead dwarf, and the roots are poking into all of his orifices, like into his mouth, into other areas which I won't mention. And the dwarf corpse is naked, painted blue, and his hair and beard have been completely shaven off.
Damn,
and it's at that moment that you notice in the corners of the room, like over here and probably over here, are large gleaming piles of bones, completely stripped of flesh and unmistakably humanoid. Skulls, bones of all sizes and shape, but all humanoid. And
leave?
and the gnome looks at you and just smiles.
I smile back.
And gestures at the stump and just kind of does a half bow.
I start to lean down, and then I hook a foot in front of his, and I push him into the stump.
into hers. Okay, so yeah, so go ahead and make an attack roll. So Kiddick walked in, and Sydney, what were you gonna do? Let me
I get up and cross the room. I kind of shove Horowitz real quick and go over to
Okay.
Wally, and so we
So
got problems.
you shove Horowitz away, and then walk over towards Wally. All the
I don't know
while,
how to make an
Kiddick,
attack roll with isn't specifically geared
It's-
to a weapon.
it's just gonna be your whatever your modifier would be, either strength or agility. So it'll just be a straight up D20 roll.
And under melee weapons, you can make you can make a new weapon that's just your hands.
Yeah. So it'd just be an unarmed, like whatever modifier you would get for probably strength, I would say.
Okay, give me 1 second.
So you're trying to push her into the stump, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know if it's specific about what it eats or not, but
Sure.
I figure.
And she's standing, like I should mention, she is standing right next to it, so it won't be far to push
19.
her.
Nope.
A 19 is definitely going to hit.
No, somebody else's roll. Mine hasn't popped up yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I see a 19 saving throw.
That was Sydney's will save.
There it goes.
Yeah.
A 7.
So you actually kind of trip over one of the roots as you try to do so, and kind of fall against the trunk yourself. It doesn't. And hold on 1 second. Let me. There, we have a token now for the tree stump. If you can all see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like it's sinister.
It does, doesn't it? So yeah, and the mouth opens wide, and the roots start to wave in a violent manner. And I'd say at this point we're in initiative. But hold on, let me bring it up first before we start rolling. I always
See, that is not a friendly looking picture.
There's been enough commotion that I kind of just said I was just gonna go fall asleep.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I don't think
nobody's woke you up.
nobody has
woken
woken
me
you
up,
up
yeah.
at this point. But you'll still go ahead and roll initiative. So. All right.
It's pretty low, so that's understandable.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a moment, and I will add these guys to the initiative list.
Oh, I actually got a decent die roll. Two 19s in a row. Wow.
It's quite impressive.
Actually,
Yeah.
Actually, the saving throw was a
Hacker.
Yeah, your saving throw was
the saving throw was a 20 because I got a -1 modifier.
Yeah. So yeah, Horowitz just wasted his nat 20 for the game.
All right. For now, let's see. Actually, I should probably add him too.
Everybody that's at home watching on Twitch, go down to
Yeah, this is a good time to talk about stuff.
yeah,
Actually,
a handful of dice. You can actually affect things in the game. So you can make player rerolls and fun stuff like that.
yep, you can influence either my roles or the players' roles, as
So if
people have done in previous weeks.
Yeah, if you're going to make a reroll, you need to make sure you say who the reroll is for.
Yep.
Because there is a delay, so we know that.
Okay, almost done here, guys. All right, so Horowitz, Horowitz is jarred awake by Sydney, and hey, we got so Sydney's saying, hey, we potentially have trouble. Kiddick has tried to push this gnome into the stump, but the gnome just kind of stepped out of the way as Kiddick tripped over a root.
Would they have seen that?
Possibly Horowitz
from there,
may have seen.
He might be able to notice. But
Sydney may have seen it.
Yeah. Wally's just waking up. And
Yes. What does Horowitz do? So far, nobody is none of the gnomes have
I see
done
an angry
anything.
flailing stump. I'm gonna run in.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna grab Kiddick and try to yank him out of there.
Okay. So Kiddick, are you just gonna let this happen?
no.
Okay. Yeah, it's your choice. Like if you were to let it happen, then I wouldn't have any kind of a roll.
What do we
Oh
make?
shit! You
Strength roll
may.
against each other or what?
I'll let you either do. I could see an argument for Dex because you're basically trying to wriggle out of his
There is
grasp.
no dex. There's an agility.
Yeah.
Yes, that.
I got a 17 agility.
What's your bonus, or was that including your?
That's my whole roll.
Okay. No, he manages to grab you and kind of pull you. We can do a contested strength at this point if you want. He's
Not
basically
like
trying
that
to pull you
stat,
out.
okay.
All right, go
I
ahead.
just start yelling, "What the fuck? What the fuck are you
Yeah, so
doing?"
he
I'm
drags you out.
My arms and
You
legs are
spent-
flailing about. What the fuck?
You spent 15 feet of movement to
I
get
need
there.
to stab somebody.
You grab Kiddick and you drag
Killer
him
stump.
where?
Killer stump. Killer stump.
All right, he dragged him over there.
Just enough to get him out of the.
Yeah,
out of the
just
doorway.
right about
Like,
there-ish.
What the
All right.
fuck is that?
I think that would definitely wake me up as I see
Yeah.
I am throwing a
Yeah,
fit.
yeah.
coming
Like,
to.
somebody
yeah.
just took a piece
You're
of cake
awake
from
now.
me on my birthday.
And
there's
Fluffy
Horowitz,
Fluffy starts to
pulling
squeak
Kiddick.
with anger and pull at his or her leash. Sydney, it's your turn. What do you do? So far nobody's actually there haven't been any weapons drawn or anything like that yet. So at this point.
I will interpose myself here.
Okay.
Now that I've alerted the party,
Yeah.
or at least most of it.
But all the all the
Mordecai's
gnomes
awake, right?
turned.
I'm aware.
Oh yeah,
I think
he's
that
awake
Horowitz,
at this point.
the stuff that
Smacked you
Horowitz
on the
and
way by to
Kiddick
yank
did
Kiddick.
probably woke me up.
Yeah, it's safe to say.
Screaming rat like being pulled back into the room.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
let the party. I'm gonna ready myself. I guess I would have to just basically take a defensive position at this point in case
Okay.
these gnomes decide they want to come through the gate, and I'm just not gonna let them pass.
Okay.
And
You
I'm gonna,
notice-
at the
so
same time,
Sydney-
I'm gonna let the party know that this thing tried to cause me to approach it. It spoke to me in my
Well,
mind.
it didn't. As far as you know, you definitely felt something, like a compulsion.
Right.
But it was asked as a question, right? It was. Well, maybe almost a command. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, it did
let me
sound
go, you
very
fucking
command.
human. Fucking pale skin. Let me go. Let me go.
Don't
All
make
right.
me throw you across the room.
I'm gonna
All
ask,
right, Wally,
ask the
you're
gnomes
up.
what's the meaning of this.
Oh, the stump would like to speak with you. Talking's a free action, guys. So yeah. So the gnomes will say the stump would like to speak with you. You do notice that they're going for their weapons, though. Wally, it's your turn.
I'm gonna step over here and bless Sally McJojo.
Okay. I'm assuming you mean Sydney. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Sally.
Blessing. Holy crap. You and your rolls, man. What does this mean?
Horowitz just rolled 2 freaking 20s in a row. So.
Yeah. Kiddick, I can actually kind of see what you mean now.
Yeah.
Because this cleric does amazing
In
shit
comparison,
all the time.
I can't even
I
stop a
get it.
stupid human from dragging me out of a room. Come on.
I get it.
He just rolled 2 nat 20s in a row.
I get
I
where
know,
you're
but
coming
you see what I'm saying. I do
I
not
do.
feel like a hero here. I feel like
do.
I'm, the party's pet
Rat.
dog that you just slapped on the nose with a newspaper.
Well,
No, don't even go there.
hey, you're the one that brought it up.
So what does this do?
Yeah,
hang on
let's
a
see
sec.
what a 29 on the bless does, because I'm. So what page is that on?
225.
225. Okay.
29.
Yeah, casters in this game get a
Well, let's
lot of
cast
just
them.
cool.
The ally receives a bonus to all attack rolls, damage rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and spell checks. The bonus is equal to 1d3 plus the cleric's level. Roll it, so I need to
Wow.
roll 1d3. So
Yeah.
it is. Oh, so.
Every time you cast a spell in Dungeon Crawl Classics,
So-
it's different.
So you get
So
4.
4
Let's see.
plus 4 to pretty much everything.
You get a +4. Lasts 1 turn. In addition, the ally radiates a holy aura. Allies within 5 feet of the ally receive the same blessing as long as they remain within the aura.
Oh. Okay, so that would be you, Wally.
Yeah.
What's the
You're in the
range?
aura.
Just 1 square.
Yeah, 1
5
square
feet,
away.
yeah.
So yeah.
What's your D4 for what I get?
Oh,
What I look like? At the very top of it says
Yeah.
roll a D4.
Oh, you turn into like a.
1.
I'm just glowing.
You glow.
All right, so Sydney is glowing with like basically this eldritch light, and Wally, as a priest of this chaos god, you could tell me what the light looks like. Like, I doubt it's a beautiful radiant
Have
sunbeam.
you seen the dark saber in the Star Wars cartoons?
Oh, cool. Yes, indeed, I have.
She radiates
Yeah.
black light.
All right, it looks pretty awesome and probably intimidating at the same time, which is what you're going for, and makes the cool lightsaber sounds. Okay, all right. So you've cast bless. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah. That's all I'm doing.
Okay, so
Do something cool with it, there, Sydney.
Thanks.
So the stump.
Hopefully that's to the end of the next round, right?
It's 1 turn.
How long is a turn?
10 minutes. If it's like
That's a D&D turn. I'm just wondering about DCC.
So Kiddick, I'm sorry, what? Say that.
How long will this last if it lasts a full turn?
Okay, we've got to look up.
Yeah.
Let's look it up and see how long. I think it's not the same as D&D. So let's look at it. Whoever finds it first, I'm actually looking right now. The combat round. Timekeeping. Okay. Combat takes place in rounds. Each round is approximately 10 seconds. Each turn is approximately 10 minutes. So there's your answer.
100. No, not 100. 60.
Yeah, a good while, an hour.
60
right?
rounds.
That's insane. Kittik, you hear this voice in your mind. Come to me. Embrace me. And I need you to make me a will saving throw. Here's your time to shine.
Yeah.
Is
I'm sorry,
5
man.
feet?
He is not within 5 feet. He is actually 10 feet away. Or roughly.
I drug him a little more backwards.
I've been having this.
Did you really just roll a 1?
No, I rolled a 2. Well, yeah.
Okay, so
I rolled a natural 1,
and you had a +1.
Right, I got you.
So,
so Kittik, you feel compelled to do exactly what it says.
Okay, so I stabbed this guy twice so I can get free. Oh, too bad. I was looking forward to stabbing you.
I mean, yeah. So right now you just
right.
Right now, the only thing you want to do is follow its commands. So,
whee! I jumped straight at the stump, open arms.
You dive into the mouth. Yeah.
So it does. Yeah.
I scream as I fly through the air. I scream, "Eat me!"
I think somebody wants a new character very bad.
He's like, I want to play a fucking wizard. Goddamn! All right. So
because all the spells are random. I'm gonna end up with shit like make mushroom glow or some shit.
Which is an actual spell.
And you're gonna roll 1s every time.
Make mushroom glow. I was like,
it's just you just roll consistently horrible.
I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to
Yeah, you're just making fun of me. Go ahead.
it is funny on a level though. Just the sheer
I
sheer
hate you.
amount of salt.
I hate you all. That's all there is to it.
It's okay.
Great.
If we could measure like this in like pounds of salt, I'd say. All right. In any case, Kennick, so you run enthusiastically
Into the
towards.
stump. I just
Right.
wasted 2 nat 20s to get him out of the stump's range.
All right,
For-
Mordecai,
in.
Mordecai, it is your turn. You see Kennick like run into the room for no apparent reason. Like none of the rest of you heard this command. So
Well, at
Kennick,
least
what are you?
sit. I've warned them about it though, so.
Yes, you've warned him about it. So
So-
Mordecai, what are you doing?
Well, at least know what the stump's intentions are now.
Well, you
One
don't
turn.
know. It just said come here.
We'll know in one round.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go.
You'll know soon.
I'm gonna,
Oh, actually, I
step-
skipped. Okay, yeah, no, that was the stump's turn. Kennick, you run
Yeah.
over to the stump. Mordecai, what are you doing? You
I'm
go
gonna
in.
step in very cautiously because I want to see
Okay.
what happened to Kiddick.
Right now, Kennick
Um,
is standing next to the stump, and at this moment, Mordecai, you're able to see that the dead dwarf, the piles of bones, the gnomes that is still smiling at you, by the way, that's standing
Doing
next to the
the
stump.
like the superstar thing and embracing it and licking it.
I'm doing vulgar
Yeah.
things.
I'm
for
gonna
the
call
stuff.
back to the other in case I don't know if the other ones saw this, but I'm gonna say there's a bunch of dead bodies in here.
Well, there's actually, well, yeah, the skeletons can be considered dead bodies, just in pieces and fragments.
Well,
Yeah, you're not wrong.
There's,
Doing
there's
vulgar
a
things
really
to the
weird
stump.
looking dead dwarf in here, and there's a bunch of other dead
Yeah, the
bodies
dwarf-
or pieces of dead bodies in here.
So you don't know much about dwarves, but you know that their beards are like their pride and joy, and this one's been shaven like completely. You know a dwarf would never voluntarily do that.
Completely shorn.
He's completely
I'm gonna
shorn.
then just I'm gonna try to just grab this gnome. I don't
Okay.
want to I don't want to like kill her, but
Okay.
I want to try to like restrain her.
Okay, so you're gonna grab her.
Yeah, I'm gonna physically
Walk
grab
me
her with
through
my
it. So
arm.
okay, go ahead and make the attack roll first of all.
The creepiest thing.
I don't know what that was, but okay.
I don't have an unarmed setup, so I'll just roll a.
Yeah, it's just a
D20.
basic attack roll and add your modifier.
Okay.
That's
Strength
that- I think,
modifier.
well, yeah, strength mod.
Well,
Oh
there we
yeah,
go. Nat
yeah.
20.
You grab her. So you grab her. You've got her. So what are you doing? Like, are you putting her in a chokehold? Are you just grabbing her by the shoulders?
No, I wanna like restrain her from moving, and
Okay, so yeah, you
and
grab
I'm
her.
gonna
Maybe.
I'm gonna just like be calling out to my companions as well as the other gnomes, be like, just like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Okay.
tell
okay.
us what's going on right now.
You've got her basically. She's way smaller than you, so you've got her. It's basically like you grabbed a child, and she's about 3 feet tall. So you've grabbed her and you've got her in basically a bear hug. You do notice that she's heavier than you thought she would be because she is wearing chainmail underneath her clothing. Like you can feel the heaviness of the metal underneath, and so you do that. And she immediately starts struggling. Okay, but it's not her turn yet, so she can't really do anything. Are you gonna move anymore? So you've moved. Looks like
I'm
20
kind of
feet.
in her space.
Okay, so you're
but no.
basically So you're basically, I guess, sharing a space at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm not
all
moving
right.
any more than that.
So Fluffy has gotten agitated and is straining at his chain, and he chomps out, seeing Wally right there. He bites at Wally, who's right next to him. And let me see here.
About to have a dead rat.
Or a dead Wally.
Hey, I'm offended by those service.
Yeah.
It's gonna be inevitable on both fronts.
I wouldn't have been
One
dead
way
if you
or the
hadn't
other,
grabbed
there's
my
gonna be
ass.
a dead rat in a turn or two.
Don't grab his ass anymore, okay? Stop that.
Calling
No ass
HR on
grabbing.
you.
No ass grabbing in here. Yes, exactly. All right, hold on. Rat. Where art thou, rat? I need rat stats.
Rat stats.
It's like the only thing that I didn't have. Speaking of being prepared, I was prepared with all of the gnomes in the tree, but not with Fluffy here.
Rat stat fever.
Yeah, rat stat fever. Don't tell me that they're not in here.
Is there a DCC compendium that can drag stuff out?
That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the.
So with the 5e one, I can click on the monster and drag it.
Oh, you mean within Roll20? I
Yeah.
don't actually know.
I love it in 5e. When I have monsters,
oh no, that's awesome.
Just pull them and it creates them automatically.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that.
We don't have any of the modules loaded into Roll20 right now.
Yeah, I don't have, and I don't know that DCC has stuff officially.
So our GM is not only a killer, but he's lame. Okay, fine.
Exactly. Yes. And proud of it. Let's see. Hold on one second. Oh, but I actually didn't know that you could do that. So you're saying that I could, if there is a DCC companion for this, which I don't know if there is, then I would be able to drag something directly from that into Roll20. Is that how that works? Okay. All right, hold on. All right. Okay, there we are. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I don't know that it... Oh, wow, I just crit. Okay, Wally. And what did we decide for monsters? When they crit, they use crit table. They have their own crit table. Is that what... Because I remember we talked about this before.
Do you actually hit, though?
I rolled a natural 20. Yeah, that's going to hit.
It's any negatives?
No, it's always... A nat 20 is always going to hit.
I was being a smart aleck because my armor's 20.
Right. No, and that's the thing. So, critical hits by monsters. Okay, here we go.
The rat uses engulf on you.
Oh, so they use... Oh, they use a D4 on table 3. Okay. So I'm looking at page 385 if anyone's interested in this. And so they've got monsters broken down, in way of explanation here. They've got monsters broken down into categories like humanoids with weapons, dragons, demons, giants, undead, and all others. And then they have them further broken down by hit dice. So this rat is a less than 1 hit die. So if we use this table, we can see that he would roll on table, it looks like a D4 on crit table 3, if I'm reading this right, or crit table M. Yeah?
M, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, they do have...
Oh, yeah, so that's the monster one.
Excellent. Okay, so it's probably not going to be too horrible. We'll see what happens here.
There's a few on there that are...
There are, yeah.
Under your skin and eviscerates
you. So actually the rat somehow bites deep into you and manages to actually stun you. So I imagine he hits a nerve and it just this kind of shock basically passes through your body as he hits a nerve somewhere. And you fall to the bottom of the initiative order for the rest of the battle. So basically, no, there's no save. I'll basically put you at initiative 1. That doesn't mean you get to act again this round. Starting next round, you were like, oh, this is actually good. But starting next round, you'll be on initiative 1. And in addition, he will do some damage to you. There is a saving throw coming up, but it's not for what you want.
Fluffy, you bastard.
Yeah, it's a saving throw for nasty things that come from being bitten by rats. So you're going to take 2 damage, and then I need a stamina saving throw from you.
Stamina?
Yes.
Reflex, fortitude, will?
Yes, fortitude. That's what I said.
It's not like
I said constitution, didn't I? Did I say constitution?
Stamina.
Did I say fortitude? Yes, I know. I'm just... All right, let's see it.
more for standing next to Sid.
Yeah, yep.
Oh.
Is that with the +4?
I got 10 on a nat 1.
Okay, a nat 1 is going to be a failure, an auto fail.
Wow.
I hate that guy.
All right, here we go. Bringing the pain.
Well, you were predicting some bad die rolls today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bound to happen eventually, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what kind of a disease you're inflicted with.
None that my
Oh.
god will like.
Roll me a d4.
Ooh.
3. Okay. So basically, you just start to feel, a little woozy, and like you're about to pass out. And I'll get back to you in a second. It's a good thing you didn't roll a 1. That's all I'm going to say.
That's a fast-acting rat disease.
Yeah, like it is, isn't it? Not as fast as you might think, though.
We're going to have some ratatouille here soon.
I would be offended by that if I were you, Kittig. All
He's
right.
too busy hugging his.
All right. So the gnome, Mordecai.
Oh, I'm doing more than hugging, buddy.
Like
That thing's got a face. That thing's got a face. I'm making out.
The gnome. Oh God, that's disturbing. All right, the gnome that you have restrained is going to try and she's going to call out. She basically screams, and something in gnomish that you obviously can't understand, and she's going to try and break free of your grasp. And the way we're going to handle this, because I don't want to spend a lot of time looking for the official grappling rules, is we're going to do an opposed strength check. Okay.
Okay.
So, if somebody can find it, though, go ahead. Did you really roll?
Well, I just got a nat 1 minus
All right.
1. So I got 0.
All right. Okay. So she, with her 9 that I just rolled, she manages to basically wriggle out of your grasp.
You're so disturbed by the rat humping.
You're looking over here. He's like humping a tree root, and that's just exactly. So she wriggles out of your grasp.
Now we
She
know what
runs
happened to
out
the
the
dwarf.
door.
Man,
over to
we
here.
have had 3 nat 1s rolled here, like within the last few minutes.
This gnome here will open this door and disappear from sight, shouting at the top of his lungs.
Grappling, each party makes an opposed attack roll, adding the higher of their agility or strength modifiers.
Yeah, okay.
It wouldn't have mattered with a nat 1.
An attacker
So we were
twice
close.
the opponent's size adds +4 to the opposed roll.
Oh.
An attacker triple the opponent's size adds +8 to the opposed roll. An attacker
Okay.
quadruple 16, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, okay. So you're basically, Mordecai, you're basically double this gnome's size. So you would have added a +4 to that. Wouldn't have mattered.
Because it's a nat 1.
She was rolling dex instead of strength, I'm going to say, because that's her better stat. And she just manages to kind of slip out of your grasp. These two, this one here is going to pull a crossbow. This one here is actually going to pull out his hammer and take a swing at Sydney.
Remember, you get +4 to everything.
Yep.
And I was guarding. I don't know if that means anything.
Yeah, actually, I think it does. If we want to look that up really quick.
Because this doesn't have a held action, so I have to.
Yeah, there's actually, you
declare
can
an
take
actual
a
action.
defensive action. Where did I see that? I think it's under combat. Let's take a look. Combat overview. I know I saw something like that. So actions. The warrior can make an attack. Where did I see that?
Defensive stance.
And if I can't find anything official, I'm just going to go ahead and say mighty deeds of arms, disarming attacks, pushbacks, precision shot, trips and throws, rallying maneuvers, defensive maneuvers. Okay. in certain circumstances, a warrior's greatest deed, and so this is on page 92, may be allowing his comrades to live to fight another day. Shield wall, fighting withdrawal, back-to-back combat maneuvers, etc., etc. So yeah, you're going to make a defensive maneuver, and so you'll roll 1 deed die, Sydney,
Okay.
and then add whatever your bonus is to that, and I will tell you what happens.
Whatever my bonus is.
Yeah, whatever you would normally.
Oh, the +4 that I get for this bless.
Yes.
So in addition to that.
Oh my God.
But you add a +4, correct?
Yeah. So you'll still get a 5 because. How many?
Okay, so.
That's a lot of nat 20s and a lot of nat 1s.
So basically, yeah, I know this is a weird session as far as the combat goes.
Well, I mean,
so
on
here's
a D4,
what happened.
it's.
So we get a 5, right? Total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the warrior. So here's the description: the warrior forms up his allies to best defend themselves. None of the participating allies can move, or the defensive position is disrupted. So basically, Wally, right next to you, you guys form a little like a not a shield wall, but you just basically you're fighting kind of back to back, right? So for the next round, you're going to have +1 on your AC, okay? In addition to their bonuses from the bless, right? And so if you look at the description, are you seeing this by the way, Robin?
Wait. Oh, wait. There was. Hold on here.
I'm holding on.
I did this before Wally got attacked by that rat.
Still got a nat.
Correct.
He's still got a nat 20.
Okay.
Yeah, I still got a nat 20.
Okay, so it doesn't.
But yeah, no, good point. Yeah, I mean, point taken.
Nat 20 on. I'm sure his attack is not any bonuses. Probably would have.
No.
Missed me.
Right.
He would have missed you without getting in the nat 20, most likely.
Right. Okay. Never mind.
But yeah, so if you look at number 5, that's what happens. So basically, and it says up to 4 allies, but I guess right now.
But they have to be adjacent, right?
It doesn't say that. It doesn't say they have to be adjacent. No, so you're basically commanding everybody like.
So if they don't move, they get a +1 to the.
Yeah, if they don't move from the spot that they're in currently. And this isn't going to include Kithik.
So basically, I can put my shield up if
Yeah.
if the gnome with the crossbow tries to shoot Horowitz.
Correct.
I can get my shield
so
in the way
him...
since I know where he's at.
Correct. Yeah.
But
so in any case,
Horowitz
this gnome's going to
do fun things.
This gnome's going to take a swing at you and probably miss. Yep, definitely miss. And the one with the crossbow will. So you hear this one shout and point at you, Sydney. And so the one at the crossbow will take a shot at you as well.
Okay.
And also miss horribly with a 6. All right, which brings us to Wally Horowitz.
Wally? Yeah, all right. Oh.
No.
Horowitz.
Yeah.
And I shall stab this thing.
Which thing? Oh, okay. The gnome. All right.
Yeah, I stab at thee.
All right.
You're gonna feel really embarrassed if this thing is just bestowing blessings on Kithik.
Yeah, 7 is not quite going to do it.
What did I roll?
And you rolled a really
Actually,
good
not
damage too.
I rolled an effing 2?
You got an 8 on the damage roll though.
So I don't know if people.
I don't even want to hear it.
People that have been watching this, I know on previous weeks, it's like everybody was critting. Remember that? Like we had, I think, the last combat. I think everybody.
We have 2 thieves. When we backstab, it's an automatic crit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So
but no, I mean, people were rolling.
Well,
people were rolling high as well. So.
And we've been the opposite ends of everything: nat 20s and nat 1s and 2s and 19s.
Yep.
Nothing in between.
Yeah, we don't use the middle parts of the dice.
Yeah.
No, apparently not. Sydney, it's your turn then. I guess unless Horowitz, unless you have something else you want to do.
Stab again?
Well,
that's the hobby.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Horowitz, you're up. Or I'm sorry, Sydney, you're up.
You know, I really was not wanting to go on a gnome killing spree today, but I guess the deed is done.
They were the ones that started it.
Yeah, they did start it.
Either that or it was our rat.
Well then,
Yeah, the rat tried to save you all, and then you messed with it.
I'm not rightly sure what to do with the flail because it's not listed. I don't know if I can get it.
It's
What are
the
they called?
same damage as a longsword.
No, actually, it's a D6.
Oh, it's only D6. Oh, I thought it was a. Oh, it's the same damage as a short sword, but it does
Right,
cool
but
things.
but the thing being is that I don't have it listed as a weapon proficiency right now. Or
Which
do weapons have that
you
automatically?
might favor
Do
your
work.
sword.
Yeah.
So you don't have to use it. You're not
No.
like compelled to use it.
Right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just use the longsword for now.
Okay. But I mean, the good thing about the flail is it's a magic weapon. So if you were to run into something that,
Yeah.
Right, I don't think you need it for gnomes.
yeah, well,
I don't
hopefully
know.
not. Yeah,
It doesn't
I think
have
mine
a
has
plus one.
sufficient magic in it.
true. But I think the fact that she's proficient in the longsword is going to be.
And it's my lucky weapon.
Yeah. All right, go
So
for it.
we'll take a whack at this one next to me.
Good lord.
Oh, and I get a +4. I don't get the AC bonus, obviously, but I get a +4 to that. So.
So 12.
Um,
Is that what I'm saying? Because if it is a 12 is not enough.
What are their
That's
armor?
what I'm trying to figure. It
They're
says it
gnomes.
hits AC 8.
They had chainmail, remember?
So
They're
yeah.
wearing chainmail.
So yeah, it's a 12.
Yeah. So you can figure their armor's probably higher than a 12.
Yep, and I accidentally still have that.
Did you want to spend luck? It'll cost you. This will tell you. It'll
The
cost
rest
you
of my life, no, it won't. No, thank you.
It'll cost you 2 luck points to hit. So they have an AC 14. Yeah.
No, I'll just accept the miss instead of living the rest of my life in misery.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. However brief that life might be. All right. All right. So.
Gribble.
Uh-huh.
Dale Gribble. Does he have pockets?
So has thus far not appeared in the combat, right?
Yay. So Stump.
No.
Don't forget,
you
can press that
see Gribble
at the bottom that advances, so we know whose initiative it is.
Yes, I'm sorry, I forgot to do that. So
no, it's helpful so that we can kind of plan.
It is, and it's something that I was hoping I would remember because I was actually using this in D&D last time too. So, and you're the one that basically you're the one that's taught me like half of what I know about Roll20, and it's greatly appreciated. So Gribble is going to move into the passage and end her turn here. Okay. All right. Stump. The Stump, you hear this voice, and as the Stump says, "Yes, yes, I can feel your love, as it should be. Now, my faithful one, defend me from these heathens. Kill that one," and it indicates Mordecai.
Oh, that's not good.
So on your turn, Kittik,
Yeah,
when your turn comes up, you're going to be attacking Mordecai. But in the meantime, the Stump is going to do something else.
Now's when I'm going to start rolling 20s.
Rat
Against
puppets.
a party member. You know?
The Stump is going to lash out with its tentacle, or with its tentacles, with its roots.
Roots.
Yes, at Mordecai.
Okay.
And we'll see what that looks like now-ish.
So this is the gnomish cult of the Stump. Got
it. Does an 11 hit you? I don't think it does it?
11 is my armor class.
Okay, so that's going to be a hit. So.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
So I got 2 hits on you there.
Ooh.
These roots just kind of up into you.
Are trained in flails.
Wait, you missed.
So
did we get to somebody?
Remember, he hasn't moved.
Yeah, Mordecai, you get a +1 on your AC.
Yep.
So Mordecai, you're only going to take, instead of taking 6 points, you're going to take 4 points of damage as you're slammed with one of the roots.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Woo!
So this root just kind of thuds into you, and Mordecai, it is now your turn.
All right.
Well, we go
I'm
simultaneously.
gonna get
right?
away from this
Yes.
tree.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be simultaneous, Kiddick,
What's Mordecai's AC?
but 12 currently.
And I hit him once for 3 points.
Okay, so Mordecai, as you flee, Kiddick stabs you just out of nowhere.
Wait, I thought this didn't have
Hmm?
reactions. This game doesn't do
No, they
reactions.
they both 10 initiative. They
Oh.
go in at the same time. So
How many
Mordecai,
points? 3 points of damage.
3 points. Yeah.
He hit you with that +1 dagger I gave him.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. And so Kiddick, you still have movement. So he's told you. So the voice now says, kill them all. So Kiddick's gonna follow you out
Wait a
there.
minute. Who's got?
Okay.
Is Mordecai is our cleric, right?
No, Mordecai is
No.
one of the thieves.
You're
I'm
a
a
thief.
Which is the cleric?
Wally.
Wally.
Can you highlight it? I don't
The
know based on the. Okay, I'm gonna go after him because I know if we're gonna kill the whole party, we gotta take out the cleric so he can't heal anybody.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack this gnome right here. And because she ran away from me, would I get a backstab on her?
So because actually what she's doing, she's knelt down and looks like she's trying to unchain the rat.
Oh, okay.
She's trying to like loose it from the chain that it's on. So yeah, I'll go ahead and give you the backstab.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
21
Well, that's
hit.
more like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3 damage and then an 8 on crit table 2.
Okay, yeah, you come up behind her with, what are you using, a dagger?
A longsword.
Oh, a longsword? Oh,
Yeah,
God.
it says what it. An 8 is strike cuts the line down the foe's face. He's blinded by blood for 1d4 rounds.
Okay, yeah, somehow from behind, you managed to slice her eyes. So you did, what was the damage total?
3.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, so she screams in pain, and she's blinded for a round, is that right?
1d4.
1d4. Let me
Okay,
let's
let's see it.
3 rounds.
Oh, wow. Oh, nice. All right, so blinded, which effectively does what? What does it say on the crit table?
It just says blind. So
it's probably
whatever the blind status is.
Yeah, it's that I actually saw in the combat area here. Let's see.
Yeah, can't see. Ho-ho!
Yeah,
very informative.
There's actually something about blind fighting here. So let's see. It would be an attack roll modifier. I think it's.
Well, if we live through this, we get to eat everything.
Okay, blinding attacks.
And take their food and other stuff. I don't think we're gonna live through this at this point.
Oh, so it modifies the. If the defender is blinded, everybody gets a +2.
Where are you seeing that?
Attack roll. So this is on under types of combat, page 78.
Oh, 78. I was way too far. All right.
It says attack roll modifiers, condition, defender
yes.
is blinded.
Yep.
So yeah, anybody else would get a +2 to her.
So everyone's got a +2 to hit her. Yep.
You hear that, Kithik? You can hit the gnomes for that gnome.
Well, Kithik was told to kill them all.
Exactly.
So yeah. Okay. So
do not
the stump clearly meant your allies, your former allies. So that was part of. I know this isn't a genie wish though. This was understood to be part of the command. Okay. I had a feeling as soon as I said that though that's how. Just because I know. All right, Mordecai. So yeah, good job.
Yeah. So then I'm done.
Okay. Kithik. It is your turn.
Again?
No.
Normally controlled creatures act
Wait a minute. No. I'm
perversely
sorry.
as they can. And there are a few things as perverse
The
as
game
this rat.
master just said it was my turn. He is
I
never
lied.
wrong.
Fluffy is going to attack Wally.
Wrong rat.
How do you backstab with a longsword?
Behind him and
two-handed,
stab him in the
probably.
back.
Yeah.
Literally.
In its simplest form.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I can envision it. With a 19,
Oh.
Wally.
My AC currently is 25.
So it
Yay.
actually, so yeah, it has to crit to hit you.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Thank
bites
you
against
to
your armor. And it,
Blessing Aura and
Yep.
her other +1. So that gives.
all right, so this blinded gnome is going to turn in a frenzy and kind of. I'm going to give her a penalty to hit you too, because I think there should be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give her a penalty. She's going to flail
Plus
in the
the
direction. where
negative
she's-
2.
Yeah, maybe that sounds fair. Flail in Mordecai's direction. I know in 5e it's like a -4 or something, plus disadvantage, I think. But in any case, that's one thing I really do love about 5e is the advantage disadvantage rule. I always
Oh,
thought that was just a really
so-
elegant rule.
He gets +2
Ah.
to his armor. So
All right, I get a fumble.
nice.
This is gonna be. Let's see if she falls and kills herself here.
That'd be awesome.
Maybe she can fall and kill the rat.
So we're looking at monster fumbles on the humanoid table. Oh, it's. Oh, okay, those are crits. All right. Fumbles, fumbles, fumbles. Okay, I'm gonna just roll a d8. I'm gonna give her a penalty, actually on the fumble too. She has like a greater chance of. Okay, so actually she swings her hammer and hits the wall with such force that the hammer, the haft actually snaps, and so she's now holding a broken hammer, which is basically she's got a stick in her hand at this point because the head kind of clatters to the ground. So now
she
she's.
doesn't notice and just keeps swinging the hammer blindly.
I mean, maybe like she's just kind of screaming in a frenzy.
But she did turn and face me now, so she's no longer. I can no longer backstab her.
No, but she's blinded. It's like she's got
Yeah.
blood running down her face and everything like that.
Yeah.
All right, so this gnome here will take another swing at. Let's actually all roll a d3 here. So 1, 2, 3. Still at Sydney, which is probably not the best choice, but you know. Missing with a 12, I'm sure. Sydney, what's your armor class? Just so I know.
Currently, 21.
Yeah, they're not gonna be
Yeah, I was
hitting
gonna
unless
say,
they crit.
Butt naked, you should be at 15 right now.
Yeah. All right, and then this one's gonna come back in, move in over here, and take a swing at. This one will swing at Horowitz. What's Horowitz's AC?
Currently, a 20.
I
So
start
I'm gonna
chanting, "Must bathe in all your blood. Must bathe in all your blood."
I'm gonna miss with a 17. The funny thing about this charm is that it just doesn't break. Like you get the one saving throw, and then it literally you're just charmed until this thing dies, presumably.
So
So
I
it's-
mean, I
it's
have to choose
unlike-
between a gnome, a rat, or a semi-rat to attack.
Yeah. All right.
Can
So
you like turn him or something?
We have to
Force him
kill
away
him
from
first,
you?
but then yes.
or you can subdue you can subdue him, yeah. Potentially, right? Okay, Wally, what are you doing while I move Grim here?
Trying to figure out what I'm gonna do.
So you're still kind of stunned from this blow that you were dealt earlier.
Where'd my things go?
Oops. Okay, Grim's gonna move out into the passage here. God, this fucking stump is nasty.
Metamorphosis. Catalytics. Power ripples through me for 1d3 turns. I gain additional +2 modifier on 2 of the following abilities.
Jesus, a 28.
Jesus Christ.
All right. So as you're doing this, go ahead. It happens, but you hear the voice in your head speaking the tongue of chaos. But it doesn't sound like your deity, right? So you hear a voice. It offers you. Says, "I sense a kinship in you, chaotic one. I offer you power beyond your belief if you but join me." And it seems to be coming from the stump.
Do I need to
The
make a
stump
save?
of lies.
No, it's just It's basically asking you. It says, "I can grant you powers beyond your imagining if you but join and worship me."
I already worship something that's been diced up.
All right, yeah, it's just asking you, and you can but it is speaking in the tongue of chaos.
So I get
Unmistakable.
+2 to my stamina and agility for the next 30
So
minutes.
basically, you're gonna get some extra hit points out of that, aren't you? Because what does that bring your stamina up to?
Temporary.
Or potentially, anyway.
That would take me to a 13. So.
Is a 13 enough to get a +1?
It does. It gives me a +1.
Yeah. So there you
two
go.
extra hit points, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's something in this game.
And it made my AC higher too.
Yeah, so you're like impossible to hit. Unless people crit on you, you just can't be hit. All right. Good turn. All right, that brings us back up to the top with Horowitz.
This one's been making more stabby attacks, so I'm going to make more stabby attacks on it.
Okay. Yeah, actually, both of these here are basically swinging their little warhammers at you. $15 will hit.
Yay!
So 4 is the grand total.
Actually, it's 8 because of the.
Oh, 8?
Yeah, because that adds.
All right, what are you?
Everything.
Oh, ooh, even damage?
Yes.
Yeah, it's damage.
Holy shit! That makes blessing in this game is better than blessing in D&D. So yeah.
Well, because blessing can be
saves.
It's such a massive.
It can be Jack
save.
Also.
Yeah, exactly. It could be diddly squat, like lasts for. You
run him through, like you literally run him through. So you spit him on the end of your sword, and he falls to the ground in a heap.
Oh no! I attacked this one.
Okay, well that one. Same thing happens to that one then.
So un-X the first one.
Yes. Boop. All right. Yeah, you kill this one. Falls down in a pool of blood. Are you gonna move, or are you good where you're at?
Oh no! I'm going to help keep a shield wall going.
All right, Sydney, you're up.
Pull a 300 on this.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
I'm sorry, I don't see anything but to do it. It's time to punch the rat.
Let's go.
All right. So you're basically doing
not to kill Kithic.
You're doing a non-lethal. Yeah, you can do non-lethal damage with your sword. You're hitting him with the pommel of your sword.
I will.
Or the flat of the blade.
The flat of the blade. Yeah. What we can imagine it. However, you're attacking. So attacking non-lethally is
roll a quarters.
Yeah. Exactly.
My AC is 11.
Let's see. So that would just be an unarmed
I'm
starter.
a poor starving rat
it would
from
be with the
underground. What do
longsword.
you want?
You
All
can
right.
use the longsword. It'll just be you just declare non-lethal damage.
Yeah. I am non-lethally caressing you to sleep.
I don't want to see that. Okay. So 8 points of damage with the pommel of the
What's the deed die includes deed thing?
Does an additional 3 damage.
Yeah.
Right. But what is the deed die?
That's something warriors get.
It's a warrior thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Allows them to
It's
do
like
cool things.
I just wasn't sure if it was something I'd missed. So.
I don't get get backstabs, so.
Yeah, it's basically.
Well, I mean,
neither do I, because I'm
do
not
if maybe, but not.
Yeah, you
not
just get
halfling
stuff. Yeah.
All right, I take it.
Okay. How are you doing for health?
I'm down to 6.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So is that going to be it for you, Sydney?
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I can't cast
Okay
anything, so
then.
cast some dirty looks.
Yeah.
Tell Gribble, tell Gribble that she's a terrible hostess.
Gribble is going to cast Charm Person
Of course.
on Horowitz. Well, let me see. She can see Sydney and she can see Horowitz. So we'll do even odd here. I'll just do a d20 roll for this one. So even's going to be Horowitz. Okay, Horowitz it is. And so to do a spell check, walk me through it since I've never actually done this.
Basically, whatever she rolls for spells, and then I get a chance to either it'll say what the save is.
Okay.
So it'll say like will save or.
Right. So I roll. You're gonna like this. I roll a 3.
Very
So I think
nice.
So I think she fails to get the spell off, right? That's basically
And her
all that.
stump is mad at her, right?
Yeah, depends on what
Yeah,
it is.
probably.
Because most spells.
Charm Person.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think that's like a 12. I think.
Yeah, because you just cast that, or no, you didn't.
I usually use command.
Oh, okay. So it's Charm
Yeah,
Person.
it says 2 to 11 is a failure.
So
Yeah.
she just straight up fails the spell. Okay, fair enough. She kind of curses,
And she gets
and
disfavor.
it's probably not gonna matter, but
Yeah.
But yeah.
Disfavor only comes
All right.
around if you roll a 1.
The stump
So
looks.
the
The stump gives her this stink eye from the other room.
So the stump is basically whispering into your head, Kittic. Okay, good. Finish him off. Talking about Wally.
The beloved stump, I will kill them all.
All right, and
I saw what it was doing to that dwarf. I don't know if he wants to.
yeah, it's doing things to the dwarf that nobody would want.
The stump is made of ratnip.
So I'm gonna actually roll a d6 for this one here, as the stump targets somebody else. Wally, I need to. Can he see Wally? I don't think he can. What do you guys think? Line of sight through the door?
I don't know.
50-50 it?
Yeah.
Odds yes, evens no?
Yeah, fair enough. It could be either way. So odds, yes, yeah. Okay, so Wally, you feel this presence invade your mind, and you're gonna get plus like 100 on your saving throw. Is that right?
Will save?
Yeah, it's a will save with all of those bonuses. If you roll a 1, I'm just gonna laugh so hard. 31.
1?
Okay, you're like, no, I don't want to be a part of your cult, because it's basically telling you, join me, and it's compelling you at this point, right? So you're like, no, I don't want to be a part of your fucking tree cult. All right, that's just sick.
31.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Mordecai, you're up. You've got to.
Now are we more and more understanding my issue with this game?
I'm getting it. I think I'm seeing it. What I'm seeing is an issue with the halfling class right now.
Yes.
That
the die rolling mechanics within this software.
It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I got you. I actually think we're gonna diverge for a second here. I actually think between Dungeon Crawl Classics and Old School Essentials, I think OSE is a more balanced game, because if we were all playing pure OSE, this wouldn't be happening.
Well,
again,
I mean, it'll be fun. I'm having fun stabbing Malachi and role playing.
I love the spell. I love the magic system in DCC, but yeah, I agree with
you just rolled 2d4 and you got a 4 and a 1. All night it's been like the extremes. Like nobody's rolled anything in the middle.
So you got a 9, right?
I got a 9. I burned 1 luck, which with my
oh yeah.
got it up to 14.
Yeah, which is enough, and plus you get a bonus to hit because she's still blinded.
I already added that in. I got
okay.
a 7, and then I got.
We're looking at
jeez.
5 damage, which is enough to kill her.
Yeah, six damage.
6 damage. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, 6. Yeah, which is
The
still
5 was adding to the AC.
more than enough to
Fatality.
kill her. So she goes down to the heap.
Fatality.
Did you want to move or anything from where you are?
So
she wasn't able to unchain Fluffy over here. She's just laying dead now.
I
I
mean,
don't.
we're still
I'm not
within
gonna
range.
move. I'm not gonna move closer to Fluffy. I'm gonna kind of stay where I'm at, right in this corner.
Fair enough. I will say.
You saw Fluffy bite the cleric, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
let me say
can
this
Fluffy
too.
get to me on his chain from here?
Doesn't look like it.
No.
Okay.
I thought
No,
Fluffy
not
was
from
in
where
that
he-
corner.
Oh well. Yeah, we'll say he can move 5 feet. Neither. So yeah, he could. He could.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna.
Right now, he looks like he's intent on Wally. Because he's already tasted blood over there. I think it might be worth mentioning that all of these gnomes have crossbows, and I know nobody has missile weapons. So, if you wanted to kneel down and grab her crossbow, you're
And
certainly
Mordecai, if
welcome.
you stay
Yeah.
out there, Mordecai,
Shoot
if you
back.
stay
I
over
can do
there,
that.
you're out of vision of the tree, and you can backstab the
Yeah.
rat next turn. Unless
So
Yeah.
if you wish to add,
I mean, the rat's probably gonna turn to attack me, but yeah, I'll stay here. Can I use the rest of my turn to grab her crossbow?
Yeah. You could use, I will just say that that's basically your movement. So you grab your crossbow, so you've got a crossbow, and later on you'll be able to loot the ammunition. So crossbow and 20 corals.
Horowitz is
You
going
can
to be
just-
excited to have a ranged weapon finally.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah.
Wally's been
All right,
begging for a battle axe.
All right, Kiddick, this thing's still got its hooks in you.
No,
Wait,
no,
are
I'm,
they
I'm
actually-
voluntary at this point.
Like I
What's-
fucking hate this guy.
What's this guy's AC?
More than you'll ever, yeah, because of all of his bonuses. It's so basically, I think you need to crit to hit him. But it's what is it? Go ahead, Wally. What is it?
11 and 12.
It's more than that. Yeah. What is your AC, Wally?
25 currently, because
of the
Yeah.
bless and the and the.
All right.
Here.
So Fluffy is going to try to crit and not crit. So that was easy. That makes the turns really.
Do I get something in my head from something like, maybe try someone else?
No, the only command you got was kill basically all of your former allies.
All right.
So how you do that? So you still you can still reason.
I'm
It's just
climbed
you're
up
compelled.
on his shoulders, like he's giving me a pig ride, and I'm slamming daggers into his forehead and doing no damage. Boom.
Basically, yeah,
You're just hitting the armor.
yeah. You're trying your damnedest, but yeah. But no, you're able to. You can make your own decisions and stuff as far as who you want to attack, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, but realistically, this would be the best guy if I want to kill the whole party. So.
Yes, yeah, that's true. If you can hit him, yeah. All right, so Fluffy misses.
Yeah, but I don't know the numbers like 25. I'm just assuming that I'm
no,
not
you don't.
hitting
No,
it
you wouldn't know
sauce
that. All right, so this guy will take a swing.
Fluffy
This
miss.
time he's going to swing at Horowitz because he sees that he's having trouble hitting Sydney. And they're not stupid. And I roll a fumble.
Oh,
this
thank
is
goodness.
wonderful. I've rolled 2 fumbles now with these fucking gnomes. All right.
Hey, join the party.
I get a 4. Your weapon is damaged. A sword hilt falls off. The weapon is useless. So we have another one that just broke his hammer. Okay. So he has broken his hammer. So we'll
They're
just
tiny hammers.
Yeah, we'll just do
Actually, I was
that.
wondering if these are full-size crossbows for gnomes. Are they hand crossbows?
It's going to
for
be
us?
basically. We're just going to call it a light crossbow. I don't want to get. No,
Very
they're not
light.
hand crossbows.
Very light crossbow.
They're using them so they're using them two-handed. But yeah, I do see your. We'll decide that later. But in any case, this gnome is going to take a shot also at Horowitz and miss with a 7. I'm doing really well, guys.
Thank God.
Yeah, says the guy
All right.
critted on me.
All right, once. Yeah, with the rat. Graham is going to move in and attack He's going to move in, and he will attack. Let's see. He's going to go for Sydney. Also using a Warhammer. And you notice he's using he's also got a shield. He looks a little bit more heavily armored than the others. Sydney, I think, what's your armor class at this point?
21.
21. Okay, yeah. So he gets a 20, which is still going to miss. Not a natural 20. So he hit. I mean, it's a hit, but it doesn't penetrate your armor. Yeah, clang, basically. Or you parry it or whatever. And I believe he just gets one attack. Okay, yeah. All right. Wally, you're up.
So,
what's Wally going to do this time? It's always something different.
As I start to speak, all my words come out jumbled. No one has any idea what I'm saying.
Okay.
And now I will swing. I will swing at.
The rat on your back?
No, screw the rats. I'm going after the queen king guy.
Yeah.
Grim.
Yeah. Okay. He's kind of like banging his hammer on his shield, like looking at you. Bring it. Bring it. Yeah, you bring it. All right. All right. That's no crit though, right?
No, not a crit.
All right. Yeah, you get past his shield. 9 points. You said?
It'll be plus 4 more, so 13 damage.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you hit him with just a staggering blow, and he actually reels back. Like you almost run him through. He managed just to twist out of the way, or else you would have killed him instantly.
So for the next 3 rounds, no one can understand what I say, and I do an extra D damage on whatever weapon I used, and I only have a short sword, so.
He is heavily wounded at this point. Okay.
Stupid gnomes.
All right. Yeah.
Now I sound like a Yoda drunk.
Did anyone notice in the combat section, was there the morale table is what I'm looking for. I know that exists in here somewhere.
Let me take a gander.
I'm not seeing it, but let's see. Search. Morale check.
Yeah, so the morale check is made at these times with a group of monsters when the first creature is slain and when half the creatures have been killed or incapacitated.
All right, what's the page number on this?
94.
94. Okay, I just need to see what the
the
die roll is for a morale check.
1d20, adding the creature's will save, a result of 11 or higher is success, and the creature can keep fighting.
Because how it works is these Oh, okay, I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so a single
monster.
It says the judge can add up to +4 if the creature has significant motivation to fight.
Sure, and there's some creatures that never make, like undead will never make a morale check, that kind of thing. But these gnomes definitely will. But anyway, Wally, that was your turn, so it brings us to Horowitz.
Horowitz is gonna. He noticed that. Gonna swing away at the same guy. No, I missed.
Yeah, Horowitz hasn't been doing quite as
Rolled a 2
well.
again.
All right, Sydney, you're up.
Well,
let's see if you can
put the rat to bed.
Gnomish. Oh, you're gonna put the rat to bed.
Okay.
Gonna try at least.
It. Unconsciousness.
I'm just putting her to bed.
Just putting her to bed. God, kid, they just won't give you a break.
I don't know. We never lifted up Kithik's tail to see what.
So that's a 12.
So you have an 11, right?
It's a 12 actually because of the 4 points.
No, I mean Kiddick's AC is an 11, I think.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So does that?
So that's
how
7.
Much? Does that take you down?
7 will take me -1.
Okay, so Kiddick
Well,
slumps
it's
to the ground,
unconsciousness, so.
unconscious.
That's actually an 11 damage. Remember, there's plus 4 to your damage as well.
Oh yeah.
Very unconscious.
So yeah, you're unconscious at the moment.
Notice that the Hulk says, "Go to sleep."
Yeah.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
All right.
You finally got the rat
Dribble.
to eat the sleeping pill.
Dribble's going to make a morale check. So let's see how this works. D20.
Sorry,
Added the
Kiddick.
creature's will save. Okay.
You're not sorry. You're not sorry at all.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, so they need to roll above, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, she's going to fail her morale check, and she yells out something in Gnomish, and she flees the area.
Abandoned stump.
Yeah. She's going to just move
Abandoned
away.
stump.
You don't know where she's moving to, but she's moving. She runs through the door and disappears. Okay. All right.
And she ran so far away.
Yeah. All right, Horowitz. You
Horror.
hear this soothing voice within your head, and Horowitz, I need you to make a will save now,
Oh God,
as
no.
this thing tries to take command of you.
Come on, you got a 31 last time.
Jesus Christ.
That was a different character.
Yeah, that was the character that can do no wrong. Okay. An 8
yeah,
on the other hand.
solid.
How much luck you got there,
That's
buddy?
a 12.
Oh, no, it's an 8. I added the plus 4.
No, it's an 8.
Huh?
Yeah.
I added the
Oh, you
plus
added
4.
the 4? Ugh.
Let's see. I'll spend
You're a
some
thief.
luck.
You can burn 2d4 luck.
Yeah,
Every
you
one
might
you
want to
burn.
do that. So 2d4. So it's 2 points, right?
1
that
point
you're
is
burning.
2d4.
Oh,
For
well,
thieves.
yeah. Okay, let's see. That makes it a 15. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, yeah, you managed to resist. And if I'm looking at this right, you're at 8 out of 9 luck now. So you just burned a point, right?
Yeah. And we get them back
Okay.
if we sleep.
Right. Okay. You guys didn't sleep long enough to get any luck back. But okay.
He hadn't burnt any from the last time.
So the
From the last
tree
time.
sounds frustrated now. The stump sounds kind of frustrated.
Because
All right,
everybody's been like, F you, stump. Except
Mordecai, you're up.
Except for the sleeping rat.
Alright.
So it looks like the
The
most
rat is your-
immediate
the
threat
stump
to
is
you,
your
Mordecai, would probably be Fluffy the rat at this point.
Okay.
He only
Backstab.
wanted
I'm
to
gonna.
kill. He only wanted me
is
to
he
kill you
facing
to
away
show
from
you how
me?
much he loves you.
Yeah, he's been gnawing. He's been trying to bite Wally.
Okay.
Backstab it.
So yeah, he's
I'm gonna
He's
come up
facing
and
away
backstab
from
it.
okay.
Rat stab
And
it.
he's nearly not nearly as hard to hit as
Yeah.
9's not going to do it.
9.
Did you
9's
want
not
to?
gonna do it.
You want to spend luck? You need a 12.
Oh, you won't get that.
Sure. I'm like, my luck is getting so down, but yeah, I'll just burn 1 luck.
How did I not
Yeah,
have?
14.
Okay.
So that is 7 damage.
And
Yeah, you run
plus-
him through. You slaughter.
Yeah. Plus, I think that was the blind one
That's
again.
the blinded
so-
one again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you run the
slashed
rat.
him in the face again.
No, the blinded one was the gnome you just killed.
No,
I
the
know,
crit.
but I think
The crit
the crit. I
eight.
think 8.
Oh,
crit
yeah,
two.
as he dies, he's also blinded. Like
yeah.
he doesn't get to see the. Yeah, he's blinded permanently now.
But I'm down to
Yeah.
3
about-
luck out of 10.
We need to
Oh,
take
goodness.
a nice long rest.
You only get. I looked it up. You only get your levels worth
Yeah.
every time you rest. So I'm gonna have to sleep for like a week to get all of mine back.
Pretty much,
Hey,
yeah.
if we kill this stump, we can burn
If
it.
we kill him, yeah, like, we can just take over this little kitchen area and
Yeah.
everything and set up shop.
All right, Kittik is going to lay there unconscious.
I don't get a chance since it's not permanent damage. Can I take a chance to wake up? mean, there's lots of
Sure.
noise
Why
and
don't
stuff
you
in
make
the
a let's make a
Another will save?
fortitude. Yeah,
Fortitude?
make a fortitude roll. Save. Let's call it a fort save.
All right.
He's
There's
gonna
no
roll
actual
that
rules
20.
for this.
Of course.
Oh.
16.
Nice.
Yeah, you groggily come to your senses. You no longer feel compelled to kill your allies, though. So you wake
I
up
knocked
just in
sense
terrible
into him.
pain.
So what is my
Um,
effective hit points right now?
You're at 1 right now,
Okay.
but it's non-lethal damage. I don't know if that makes sense.
It's not in danger
Right,
of
but
death
if I
from
take
it.
1 of any kind of damage, it'll put me under.
Correct.
Again. That's why
Yeah,
I'm asking.
correct.
So
But
my
you're
effective
no longer
points-
you no longer feel like you have vague memories of attacking Wally, but it's like a dream, like a half-remembered dream.
Are there any
And you're
torches in this room?
Any torches?
light?
There are candles.
We have torches.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Okay.
candles all around
There
the
are
tree
candles
stump,
all
too.
over the room, yeah, and surrounding the tree stump. Yeah.
Okay.
So you come to, and I'll go ahead and give you like half of your movement because you're still groggy.
I just want an action. Can I get an action instead of movement?
Yeah, sure.
I just sweep down and gather as many candles as I can, and I throw them straight at the stump.
Okay.
Hey,
So you could grab, I'll say, a couple of candles
Sure.
and just chuck them in there. Okay.
But I'm not just in there. I mean, I want to try to hit the stump.
Oh no, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
The things you made me do, I hate you.
Aim for the
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah. You have this vague memory. So go ahead and make basically a ranged attack. So it'd be a agility modifier,
Why do I have splinters in my tongue?
which is probably better for you than a strength modifier.
I have a thrown rock on my thing. I'll just use that.
Yeah, use that.
A 9 to hit this giant stump.
Okay, give me another one.
No, you're within 5 feet of me.
Yeah, you're friendly.
Oh.
You get +4.
Oh.
You're friendly.
That's a
again.
13 at least.
Okay.
Okay, so 13 and 9.
The 13 is gonna. So yeah, you managed to. One of the candles actually manages to land. Right. We'll just say right. In front of it or right next to it, and it begins to burn just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
starts to burn.
it has its own roots that it can flail around, so
It does. It does.
maybe
But
it'll
yeah,
put
you've
itself
hit
out.
it.
It will
So
have
you
to
did.
fend it away.
Right. You accomplished, I think, what you wanted to anyway.
Yes.
All right. This gnome has a broken weapon. Yeah. Okay. They're going to make morale checks as well. As a group, I'm going to say. Oh God, I roll a 1. Okay, this one that broke his looks down at the shattered pieces of his hammer
Woo!
and just fucking takes off out the door.
Boink.
And this one follows him and says, "Fuck you! I'm out of here." And
Bye, Grim.
all right, they're out. Grim.
Stump ain't cool enough.
Let's see what Grim does. Grim's a little bit grimmer.
I do enough damage.
Yeah,
to-
Grim's like, "Fuck this! I'm gone," and runs out of there. All right,
Who wants
Wally,
to-
you're up.
Okay. Are we more angry?
So
at
right
Stump
now,
or Grim?
that's totally up to you.
Uh,
So they've
I'm-
moved whatever their movement rate is out of there.
Okay, hang on. Should I go after the Stump or Grim? I mean, the gnomes may have just been under.
I'm not going to answer you.
Well,
that's
I'm asking
all
the party.
Oh, okay.
I hate them both equally.
I'm just.
I
The
think
stump
we need
ain't going
to-
anywhere,
we
though.
need to kill the stump, but make sure that the gnomes don't come back.
The stump ain't going anywhere.
Well, that's a good point too. Kill the gnomes.
So you're going to run after him? Okay, hold on. In that case,
Get this garden party started.
30. So he's over here.
Oh,
These others are.
They got some good distance,
Wow,
so
how-
we're not going to catch them.
wait.
Oh, hold on,
Can't
let me-
run
let
that
me-
far?
Let me
They got
actually.
tiny legs.
I think they could
Five.
get there.
10, 15. They move 25.
Oh, so not even
Okay,
there.
so yeah, here-ish, I believe.
Okay, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
with
yeah.
my armor on, I should
Okay,
run.
yeah,
I should,
yeah, yeah,
should
yeah.
move the same speed as a
Yeah.
gnome.
So he makes it to there, and then you run in after him. Okay,
Just 5 steps behind him.
all right. Come back here, you little bastards. Okay.
I miss.
Oh, you
Sad-
just take a swing. Okay. all right.
Sadly, you are not within 5,
Nope.
5 feet of me anymore.
All right, Horowitz. What do you do?
I can move faster than the gnomes.
All right. He's gonna run in. Backstab probably.
Yes.
All
He's
right.
running away from me. Running away, eh?
Yeesh. Yeah, he sure is. Running away, eh? No, not quite. Unless you want to burn luck. So you need to get a 16 to hit him.
Just enough.
Just
He did
enough.
it.
All right, 9 on crit table 2. Let's see what happens to the... Oh, I think you kill him because he only had 3 hit points. Yeah, you kill him. But if you want to see what the crit is, just for fun.
I do.
Somehow,
Foe
not
stumbles
surprised.
over his own limbs, falling prone. Make another attack. Ha-ha!
Oh.
Okay, so he falls dead as you attack him as he's falling. As you attack his dead body as before he hits the floor, and further violate him. Well done, Horowitz. Okay, Sydney, you're up.
Wow. What's my movement? Hold on, I'm looking.
30, I think.
Yeah, it should be 30 unless.
30?
Yeah, I don't know if the plate. Are you wearing plate or chain?
That's the thing is I'm in chain, so I'm not sure. So I'm looking.
I think it's still 30, unless I'm completely
For the sake
wrong,
of brevity,
which
it's
is
30.
possible. Yeah.
It says speed reduction -5.
Okay, well there you go then. 25 then.
So, yeah, I don't think I can reach anybody.
Okay.
Wait,
yeah,
no,
I
Grim
mean,
was right next to me, wasn't he?
Yeah.
you could reach the tree.
I could reach
You
the
could get to
tree.
here and get a gnome.
Oh, true. I could get to there.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think.
do it. So that's the
5,
one with the
10,
broken hammer. Yeah.
15, 20, 25. Yeah, we'll come out here and do some gnome
All right.
carnage.
Some gnome gardening. Is that what you said?
Gnome gardening, yes.
That's terrible.
Bloop. See if I get anything here. Do I hit?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
sure do. You kill that one. Is that 13 damage that I saw?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Plus
he
4.
dead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And
yeah, you cut
I'm also here giving my blessed aura to these guys
You cut him down.
for
Yeah.
whatever their next thing is. If they get a move, I don't think they do.
All right. So Sydney. So Gribble is nowhere to be seen. So you don't know where she is.
She checked it
Kittik,
out.
you hear the voice in your head once more. My friend, you have returned. Make another will save.
Oh God, no.
throw. Kittik.
Come on! Where's
Kittik.
that nat 20 when you need it?
15.
Oh, hey.
Woo.
15's enough. You're like, fuck that.
Following your ways.
Yeah. Mordecai, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna
I'm
grab
sorry, yeah,
Oh, the bolts.
the bolts. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna loot the bolt. Okay, so you got 20 bolts for your crossbow.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and add that to your sheet. I don't know if you want to spend any time looting the body, but I'll just go ahead.
I mean, I can't get very far, so I'll just get like up there.
Were you looting, or are you just grabbing the quarrels?
I was just grabbing the quarrels because I already grabbed the crossbow.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. All right, yeah, you run to there. Kittik, your turn.
On these tables,
Yep.
where they were feeding us, is there like bottles of wine or ale? Because most people drink water back then. So.
This wasn't where we got fed. This is where we were bedding down.
Yeah.
We were getting fed.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got fed over here.
Then I take off my ratty old robe and I
Mhm.
throw it on top of the candle and into the stump to give it more fuel.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
if I have
Kittik
time,
is
I'll
done.
grab a stool and toss it in there too. I am just feeding this fire as much as I can.
All right, and then what are you doing for your movement? So we'll go ahead and say that you throw that in
I will
there.
go right here where I can
Yep.
grab stuff off tables
Okay.
and I don't have to enter in that hellish room.
Yeah.
And I just, as much as I can, I have 2 weapon styles, so if I can throw a robe and
Yeah.
a stool.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yep.
Just go ahead and make me a couple of attack rolls, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
Kittik is pissed.
Yeah. I hope you get a crit, actually.
This has been used badly.
15 for the rag,
Okay.
and 10 for the.
All right. So with the 15,
and all I need to do is hit the area. So
yeah. So you actually knock over a couple of the other candles that are in there, and it sets the cloth on fire, and so it actually contributes. So now there's a little blaze starting to creep up and you can hear the kind of a hissing, squealing sound as it's in pain from this flame that's like starting to streak up its body.
burn, you motherfucking stomp!
All right. You still got some movement. It's up to you. What do you got?
All I'm doing, like I said, unless something else happens, I am gathering stuff to throw in there. So that means
You're
I
like,
move closer to a few other things. This curtain, for example, can I tear the curtain down?
You can rip the curtain down. Yeah, so that would be the next turn, though.
Okay, so I move to a good position where I can tear the curtain down.
Okay, yeah, you can tear it down. All right.
I am not a happy rat.
This gnome is going to go 5, 10. So this gnome's actually going to drop to his knees. This one. So please, no, I have no more will to fight. Please, you got to understand, they were controlling us. They were in our minds. He drops to his knees and pathetically starts to beg for his life. All right, so that's his turn. Graham is dead. Wally, you're up. So you've got one gnome that you can see right here who's begging for his life at this moment.
I'm running back towards
and
the
that's
stump.
it. Okay, you run back in there. You can see that there's a smoldering fire starting to do damage to the stump.
About ready to run in.
Do we have to? Okay, are you guys okay to go another, like, say 10 minutes, or do we need to end it at 9?
Let's finish off this stump.
10 minutes to end the stump. Yeah.
Or to end something anyway. All right. So what are you doing there, Wally? Sorry.
Oh, Wally just ran his full speed, and then.
Okay. You can see that the stump is on fire at this point. The fire is starting to spread.
Should have cast this before I left the +4.
Jesus Christ, with these spell checks, man. What do we got at 29? Have you rolled anything lower? Like, okay, well, tell me what happens.
Let's see. Yeah, all my other rolls have been horrible. The cleric may designate a place as a holy sanctuary. This might be a single building or self-contained location up to 5,000 square feet in area.
Oh.
It lasts
You just made...
for 1d7 days.
Are you freaking kidding
me?
So
basically, you have just reconsecrated this place, okay?
Enemies of less than 6 hit dice cannot attack unless they use magical weapons or enemies.
Or enemies?
Unless they use magical weapons and enemies, so...
Well, so, okay, I'm going to take that to mean that it can still cast and use its abilities. But in any case, you've made a sanctuary, so what else does it do? You've now sanctified
so for 7 days.
Holy fuck. This is now a holy place.
We should be able to rest.
I really wish the people on Twitch,
your horrible god.
I really wish people on Twitch could see the length of the spell description.
Oh, they can.
Just to get an idea of how
fucking ridiculous, guys.
Well, mine, Steve's right in front of all that. So
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hang on. I can adjust that.
Yeah. See if you can show
I just think it's hilarious that it just took up the entire chat for one spell.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. And I have to scroll back to see all of it.
Bunkers.
Yeah. So that's just the description alone taking up all that
well,
space.
that's for it's broken down by number, so by each threshold of what the spell. But yeah, magic in this system is frickin' ridiculous.
So,
all right.
The cleric may designate is up to 5,000 square feet.
So basically, the entire
of 7 hit dice or more, or those using magical weapons, must make a will save versus the spell DC.
No.
The effect
to attack.
To attack. The effect on
one
individual is dispelled if that creature makes an aggressive action. Note that enemies can still enter the place and converse with its resident. Man, if I would have,
They simply cannot attack.
If I would have cast that next to her, we would have been into the 30s.
Oh my
that would have
god.
been a 32 plus.
Which
And
would
then
it
it
mean
would've
that you're
lasted
just
for, like,
10,000 square feet.
Yeah, and lasted for weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
what the actual F? This
Oh,
is some OP crazy.
And I'm just
The
gonna shout
effect
out
on
to-
any one individual is dispelled if that creature makes an aggressive
Yeah.
act. So
And then-
basically, as long as we are not aggressive to anything, nothing.
So
can be aggressive
okay. Hold on. You've made so what you have done is you have made the area you can see. So all of this area here that I'm highlighting, from here to here, into your holy sanctuary for 7 days. Okay.
Yeah, basically this room,
Yes.
and
that hallway all the way down this way.
I want
Okay.
this room too.
So it's now your holy sanctuary. Okay. Yeah.
Everyone
Cannot
stop. Oh god. Here's the
Yeah,
horrible
so it's
thing.
got to make a
No one can understand what I'm saying because I'm still talking out of order.
right. You're still got you're talking. He's speaking. Okay, so you're speaking in tongues, and you've made a shrine basically to your horrible chaos deity, which is even more horrible than this tree could ever hope to be. Right?
Stop. No. Hit.
Yeah.
Flip up.
Yeah. Okay then. Good turn. Horowitz, what do you do for your turn? Is it as impressive
Oh
as
wait,
that?
you forgot your spell effects too.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
what is? Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't want to forget that.
Your 1d4.
Jesus.
So you would have had a +4 to that, right?
Yes, that would have been a 32.
You would have had a 33.
Yeah, it would have been 32
That-
plus. It's
32
That's
plus,
like-
it lasts forever. Literally just says the sanctuary lasts forever.
So-
No, you ran up away from me. You didn't run it. You didn't do it next to me.
yeah.
So it's
You've
not
just
gonna be
you
that
would have
bad.
just created a permanent shrine to. That's awesome. I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's awesome.
Oh,
I love it so much. I love it and I hate it.
that is so
Mostly I love-
bonkers.
It is, and you're only second level. Like this is like stuff that in like D&D,
Well,
you'd have to be like a 12th level cleric to be
Yeah,
able to do
once
shit like
again,
this.
let me point out the
Hey.
difference between him and
I also have.
I yeah.
I
Right.
also have a great.
Yeah.
I have one great stat that makes it that gives me bonuses to casting spells.
But you've been rolling.
I know.
You've been rolling phenomenally high. Like we've seen the rolls, and he's not cheating. I mean, these are legit.
I know
rolls.
that.
Sydney managed to punch
but
Kithic out.
It's amazing, is what it is. Okay,
I'm gonna look at
Horowitz.
the gnome and say, "Give me your crossbow and bolts now."
yes.
Who is
Anything
Horowitz?
you want.
Yes.
Anything you want. He just hands it to you. He hands you his crossbow, and he says, look, I got. And he's going to empty out his pockets just because he's scared shitless.
Well, we just
Wait, was
murdered
this
his
the gnome
king.
that smelled awful?
Yeah, this is the stinky one.
They
We'll
all smelled awful.
just say that.
We're
Oh no,
gonna take a
no,
bath.
you killed the smelly one.
Oh, good.
So he pulls out of his pocket a sweet sticky cinnamon bun and says, "Fresh, I made it this morning. I'm a baker." He offers you a cinnamon bun.
Keep it.
Thank you.
You can make us.
Will you
more.
allow me to? Yeah. Yes. Oh yes. I'll make you more. And he starts. You're in the kitchen right now, and so he actually.
The
runs
campaign
over
ends here where you just reside as lords over this last round.
as you keep. Yeah.
This is now a temple to your god.
Pretty
And-
much. Yeah. For at least 7 days.
The
And
Temple of the
course-
Burning Stump.
The temple of the burning stump.
All right, Sydney, you're up.
And that'll be our MO from now on. We just find other temples and start consecrating to your god.
Hey,
Every one of
and our one good member isn't here this week. Our
Right.
waffle.
Yeah, right had to quit for now, so you won't have any of those little moral quandaries, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sydney, you're up.
Just gonna
This-
ask where Gribble would be.
Huh? She
I'm
he'll
figuring
point.
through that door. Yeah.
He'll point over here, but yeah, he'll just point over in that direction to that door. Say she live. That's her chamber.
Okay. Well, do
I
we want to
think.
continue on in there? Yeah. Ask Horowitz.
Yeah,
Do we go after her or not?
I think so.
All right.
I assume that's a next week deal, though.
Yeah, we'll.
We're
I
gonna
will.
we're gonna let the stump burn for.
We'll be breaching the door,
Jeez.
and I got.
Okay, so you're going to open the door. I'll go ahead and at least give you a description of the room. So, so there's
Like
a
a bedroom.
cozy canopied bed, gnome-sized, but it still looks like really nice and comfortable. And you can also see a wardrobe, which is open, stuffed with woolly jumpers and robes woven from roots. And looking around the room like a brief, just like looking through the door, you don't see anyone inside. Like it looks empty.
Of course, she's in there.
The bed looks slept on though, like the sheets are all pulled
She's
back.
probably
and
right
everything.
there or right there.
I mean, maybe.
She's under the bed.
Do you still have some movement if you want to? I think at least.
I think I'll be waiting until
Okay.
properly go in the room and for next
All right.
week. So.
Oh.
The stump. Yeah. Okay. You guys want to call it here?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I got family here.
Yeah, we're gonna.
So we'll stop here. We'll have a little bit to resolve next week with the stump, which is now basically. This used to be basically a holy shrine.
Can I at least get the curtain on there before we quit?
It's a
that's fine.
Former
Okay, yeah,
holy shrine.
So we'll go ahead and what we'll do is we'll take one last turn. Okay, so we'll go down to initiative 1. Okay. All right. So the stump is going to attempt. So it has to do what in order to attack?
I don't know.
Oh, will
The
save.
spellcasting.
29.
Okay, so a 29. So it needs to crit. I'm just flabbergasted here, basically. Okay, yeah, it fails. It got a good roll, but it failed. So it does absolutely nothing. It does burn a little bit more. Mordecai, what are you doing?
Well, if it's got a full tapestry on it, burning it shouldn't be able to see, right?
The tapestry's not on it yet.
I'm doing that on my initiative.
He's going to
Can
do it
I
on his
see
turn.
that this gnome
Put all the red around the stump. What's that?
Can I see that this gnome like kind of surrendered and it looks like?
Yeah, you can see. It looks like what he's doing now is running around trying to get the ingredients together to bake a pan of cinnamon rolls.
All right. Well, I'm gonna kind of go. I'm gonna.
He's
go
your
back
bitch right
in.
now. All right.
I'm gonna go and like loot this guy right here.
Okay. All right. Roll me. I'll let you do it. Roll me a d10.
Get some artwork going there.
Comes back
So
to
yeah,
life.
you're rifling through his pockets and you find just an amazing ball of chunky red wool.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like this ball of wool, but it's this reddish color. I love the stump. I love the face. It's like, oh shit, I'm a die. This is, oh god, I'm having more fun with it, even though it's completely ridiculous. I'm enjoying the hell of it. Okay, yeah, you find this ball of chunky red wool.
All right.
It feels nice and fluffy and warm. And it looks like, Mordecai, what was your profession before you became
I was
a
an
murder hobo?
astrologer.
Oh, an astrologer, but you're from a small like farming village. So to you, it looks like sheep's wool that's been dyed red.
And then I'm just gonna look at Wally and say, "Praise Kadixatat."
yeah, no shit. as the room no doubt glows with this dark sword radiance.
Yeah.
Okay, Kiddick.
We're in like this holy.
You're throwing a tapestry into the flames.
Okay. So I tear down tapestry,
Yeah.
but I don't want to like use it like a blanket would put out the fire. So
Right.
instead, I
You're
run
not gonna
around the
smother
stump
fire.
and I
Yeah.
drag it behind me, so it basically gets a whole wreath of burnable material all the way around.
Yeah, and there's like a few other candles. So you got a good blaze going now. So this tree's starting to burn. And so basically how this is translating, and it's screaming, actually audibly screaming now. And how this translates is I'm increasing the damage per turn that it's taking each turn.
I'm okay. With that.
Because you're doing additional damage to it. So yeah, okay, you
Extra
do that.
kindling.
Yeah. Fluffy continues to be dead. The gnome continues to gather ingredients for the
The other
cinnamon
gnome
rolls.
continues to be dead.
Grim continues to be dead. And Wally, we'll end it with you. What next amazing thing do you have for us?
What other spells can I cast? I only have a couple spells.
Wait,
Okay.
what do you get for desecrating a currently live enemy god?
I'm sure my
something.
gods. I win favor.
Well, knowing DCC, we'll probably get like 10 experience points. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
worry about it.
No. You're getting experience from OSE. So I'm using the
Okay,
OSE
well, knowing
experience.
OSC, we'll probably get 10 experience points. We have to kill 14 more gods before we can level.
No,
To
it
level
all
3.
depends.
I'm gonna
It all
command
depends
the
on what you
stump
find.
to commit suicide.
Okay.
Stump
I thought
aside.
you couldn't command them to do something that they would not.
No, strangely enough, it just gets a will save.
So what does a 15 do?
15.
I know it's a success, but
Yeah, I think it's barely a success.
oh god, I failed the save. Whatever.
Let's see. If the creature fails, it must obey
It
the
won't-
command for any number.
You
of
can't
rounds
have it
until
kill itself.
Oh.
Yeah, you cannot have it kill itself.
It says it can, actually.
Yeah, it receives a +4 bonus
Where?
to its will save to resist. For example, commanding
Okay.
a desert lizard to swim or any command of suicide.
Okay.
Unlike D&D, which says
Oh.
you cannot, this
Yeah.
one says you can with a
You're right.
penalty.
Yeah, I'm reading it now. Okay, so basically what happens is it kind of like spreads its roots so that it gets more of the fire. It starts just gathering the fire in on itself. So we're just going to end it here and say that the stump is burned to a freaking charcoal.
And it follows
just-
that command for 4 rounds.
Yeah, and that in combination with what Kiddick's been doing to it is enough to burn it into this just giant lump of charcoal.
I spend the next 3 turns just flipping it off. In various angles.
And I can go ahead and so what I'll do is I'm going to assume that you're going to loot the room.
Yes.
That way, because that's the way you were asking about experience. You do get experience from the stump itself, which is actually worth a good amount. So I'll go ahead and calculate all of that later. Yeah, the stump's actually worth a fair amount. There are 12 red candles in gold holders, and the candle holders are worth 250 gold apiece.
Whoa.
Can I pop my level back up or my hit points back up to full?
And yeah, because it's non-lethal. So I'm going to say, yeah, you'll need to rest for a little bit, but we'll go ahead.
Heal you.
He doesn't need it.
Okay,
He
let's
just
see
needs
it.
a rest.
Let's see
And
the
an
heal.
ice bag.
I want to see you roll a 1 on a spell check here.
Don't say that.
He'll roll a 40 and make me immortal.
Okay, let's see. Is that what happens? Knowing this game, he makes you into an avatar of his god. Okay, 14.
Hey, you get 3 hit dice. 3 hit dice back.
That's awesome.
That's
And-
insane.
So that's what 3d6.
It's everything you could have, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Because
And
you're
then-
chaos too, aren't you?
Yes.
In a horrible way, though.
Yeah.
Something awful
Yes.
happened to make
I'm
it
about to
occur.
pull that
I
up.
mean, yeah, just so that we can see that, and then we'll end it on that.
See, I gotta roll a d6. 2. I walk over and flames swirl around my hands, causing your flesh to bubble.
I shrug like
How
fuck it.
appropriate! How appropriate, right? So you like fire, do you? Yeah. So you're in terrible pain as it heals you. Yeah. So you're
Man,
feeling what your tree buddy
Kiddick
is
has had a
probably feeling.
day.
And you get 8 points back. It looks like, and then you'll just rest and get the rest of it back.
There you are. There's a little delay.
All right, guys.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and I will calculate the experience, and so you're going to get a fair amount
Yeah.
just from looting.
Get.
Uh,
Love you.
Are we gonna get it before dealing
Only
with
you
Gribble?
knew what Daddy was doing to poor trees in here.
Yeah, headphone, no speaker. I don't trust it around you guys.
You're smarter. Yeah, you're smarter than that. In any case, yeah, good job, guys. You've defeated the stump, and I will.
How is it like the small baddies are the ones that give us the most pain, and the big baddies like run away? Okay.
I know. I've noticed this with every big creature you've fought.
And that's the third time we've gone after
Yeah.
a big baddie that has.
Yeah.
They've not done
I've
anything
noticed
for the most part.
nothing. So it's time to fight a dragon, I guess. I mean, it's just.
But not
Yeah.
a small one, please.
Yeah, we'll make it an ancient red dragon.
It's gonna be a wormling, but it's gonna be a
And then
plutonium dragon.
it'll be an ancient red dragon, but you'll cast favor of the gods and roll a 45, and you'll make the dragon into a new avatar for your god, which will. I think that's how it goes, right?
Something like that. I can collect all the pieces
yeah.
of my god and put him back together.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll knock one of the pieces out of your god out of the dragon.
In any case, this is the ridiculousness that is Dungeon Crawl Classics. And I thank everyone for joining us once again. Next week, we will have the aftermath and see about some cinnamon rolls for everyone, and
see if we can
I
convert
guess
the gnomish
the gnomes to the new religion,
yeah.
To the worship of Kitixathat or whatever.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
not
her
pronouncing.
stump
Well,
is
since
gone.
its god
So.
is dead.
Yeah, I mean, they need a new god.
Which she should be thankful for, because after booking and running while your god's on fire,
also, I should
if the god
mention
had
that,
survived and she had survived, I'm sure she would have been in deep shit.
I should mention that there were more gnomes, like the ones that fought you are not the entirety. Like you saw more as you were going through some of the rooms.
Yeah, it's not over.
But none of them have appeared to, like attack you or anything like that. So
I mean, unless there's a way to vent smoke out, there's a ton of smoke coming out of that area from their stump.
It's true. It's true.
It's the censor bearer of my god. It's holy smoke.
Right. Something. All right, guys. I guess we'll call it here.
Okay, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Tonight has been far more bonkers than we thought. And
It has. I think we've also proven Kiddick's point, William's point about the merits of a halfling versus a.
Oh yeah.
A cleric or a
Even
cleric?
the warriors are doing okay. I mean, they're dealing out massive amount of damage. But
Yeah. I'm kind of starting to fall into your
I'm
camp
intrigued
here.
to see how the dwarves and elves do. But
Mhm.
I sent you my new wizard character in Discord.
Yeah. So
well, maybe
William,
your old wizard
William.
character actually got finished
Yeah.
and has found us.
In all seriousness, if you want to make like a gnome spellcaster, you're welcome to.
Well, that's the only race choice to have, right?
Yes.
Treat him as human for all their purposes. Basically.
You're going to treat him as human, yeah.
Okay.
I'll give him a few little quirks as a gnome. It'll be homebrew type stuff. So
I
25
use the website
25
like we
foot
did
movement
before,
range.
and I just hit generate. I think he's first level, but I can
make him second level. But so you can go ahead and do that, and I will also let you know between now and next week what special abilities you'll have as a gnome, because there are going to be a couple of other little things that you'll get.
So, hey, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week, and hopefully within the next 2 weeks, we'll be finishing up our insanity here that has been Dungeon Crawl Classics. And if all works out, we're going to have William run something coming up, maybe on Wednesday night, maybe another night. But we're going to try to keep gaming going on Wednesday and see if we can also pick up another night during the week with GMs. Playing fun, amusing stuff. So,
also, one last thing. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say. I was going to say the library's closed.
Thank you and good night.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I was just going to say. So after whatever William, my next game system that I want to try is Pirate Borg. So, but I'm thinking I'd like a break in between. So yeah, let somebody like William run a game, in between. So, yep.
I'm up for some pirate Borg. Okay,
Yeah.
everyone.